Hello, everybody, and welcome to the TARDIS Zone Live. We are back with Badwolf discussion and watch along. So I hope you have our copies ready to go. If you just joined me, obviously, you would have seen that a video just dropped before we did the live stream. Obviously, if you have any opinions on the stream, just leave a comment first and I will read them out at the end of this discussion stream. And we'll see what people actually think about what I have to say. Obviously, I was watching the live chat, joined in a little bit, but I did say that most of you did agree with me. It is actually sad, though. Let's not forget, it is the magazine, has been a huge part of a lot of Doctor Who fans' lives, and it's sad to see that it is struggling. But it should be. I wish it wasn't. I hope, I should say, it is an eye opener. To everybody involved that it's not successful, and the reason why it's not successful is because the show isn't popular. It's as simple as that. Right, I have sent me emails out. Also I have to send one to Adam as well. Just Adam, did you give me your email last week just to double check? Or I think it was Rabbi that sent you the stream, wasn't it? I think it was Rabbi that sent you the stream. So we'll get Rabbi to send you the stream, and then we'll sort out an email address in the live chat. And then I'll write it down so I have it, so we don't have to keep getting Rabbi to do it. Right, we've got our two guests waiting, and then with Rabbi will obviously get Adam on. So we'll introduce their first guest joining us tonight on the panel, and we've got Daniel with us. Not Scottish Davros anymore, I see.
Hey, no, how are you doing?
I'm not too bad, pal. You changed your name again back, did you?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I won't ask, but nice to have you back, Daniel. And our next guest, he's a regular on this channel, and we'd like you to all say hello to Rabbi from another planet. I still don't know what the planet is, but maybe one day we'll figure it out. Yeah, it's a bit confusing. I thought it was an air thing, but obviously
you should come visit.
What?
It's a nice place. What can I say? You should come and visit.
Okay.
Yeah, I might just do that
now. What was I going to say? Okay, so what's the news with Doctor Who magazine? Is it?
It's on the skids.
Well, what?
I'm
sorry, I missed it. What's the story?
Go on, Daniel.
Basically, the Titanic is sunk, basically, because they can't really sell any copies of that, so that is...
because the high street's closed, right? It's going to be...
That is how you're getting the Time Lord Victorious comic.
Well, this is what happened. There's a tweet out there on Twitter of someone who is involved in Doctor Who comics actually pleading with the Doctor Who fandom to buy a physical or a digital copy of Doctor Who magazine because it's struggling.
Honestly, I'm sure it's struggling. They've done.
It's been struggling since. Look, I even said it in my video. You can go back and watch it anyway, and then I know you'll probably do a video on it again anyway. So yeah, check it out because we're doing a video on Rabbi. I mean, the fact of the matter is, it's been struggling even at the end of Moffat's era. Let's be honest.
Listen, I love it.
Right now, it's going through. Look, it survived under Moffat because fans, as I said, at the end of my video, and everybody agreed with me. The difference between Moffat and Chibnall is this. Chibnall broke our passion for Doctor Who. Moffat never did. That was the difference. Even though Moffat did things that we hated, right? He never killed our passion for Doctor Who. And this is why, listen, I actually gave a challenge to the J-bots out there, right? You all say this show's successful. Well, then tell me why the magazine, because apparently there's a lot more reviews. Why is the magazine struggling? Why aren't you buying the magazine? Because you know just as well as we do that it actually is a train wreck, but you won't admit it to you.
No, that's why they're freaking out. That's why they block anybody on Twitter who goes, "Oh, God, I don't like it." That's why they're freaking out, because they know it's over. It's nosedive. It's go. I mean, like, it's not. It's the only way to survive, which is a narrow chance, then apparently, is to ditch Jodie from the comic strip.
Well, she is being phased out. It's so obvious. But listen, let's go on about it all day. I want to kind of stick to the topic, right? But I know you'll do a video on it anyway, so we'll watch it. But I've already covered it, to be honest with you. You know, as I said, they deserve this, and I'm not messing. They do. They deserve this. Look, you treat the fandom for shit for 3 years. This is what they get.
You know, it's so sad.
It is sad, though. I said it in the video multiple times. Look, this is sad. I should be smug and say I told you so, because we said it.
You know what? Because at the end of the day, it's we're the ones. Why are we so mad? Because we're the ones paying for it. Because we love it. We love the Who magazine.
Correct anyway. I changed it from last year, and that's all I give a shit about, because fans were out calling me a liar. Calling me a liar, saying I'm spreading fake news, telling me that I was actually deliberately trying to I was actually told I'm trying to destroy the magazine. I'm not trying to destroy the magazine.
Save it,
because its popularity, the popularity of the show dictates sales for the magazine. It's as simple as that. You don't need to be a rocket scientist to understand that, right?
It's not complicated, is it?
What? It's not so
complicated, is it? It's really bloody thing. You were trying to save it. You were trying to help them.
All I'll say to you is you really need to open your eyes. For 2 years, you've been saying that this era is success.
Yeah, exactly. And eventually, bottom line is, no, they don't care. They don't care if it goes away. They don't care, because they're not fans. That's it. All they care about the agenda. Let me show you how much Doctor Who magazine is part of my life. They announced they're doing like a new Lost Story, Doomsday Contract, right? The Big Finish. So I went to my Doctor Who magazine, got a complete collection. I just pulled out the copy where it profiles the missing story. This is from 1994.
Wow.
Cool.
Right, let's bring our last on. He's waiting in the wings. So let's bring our last guest on. I'm just gonna. I can't pronounce his name properly, so he said it's okay to call him Adam. So welcome back to the stream, Adam. Nice to have you here.
Thank you. It's nice to be back. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
I'm going to ask you briefly your thoughts on the Doctor Who magazine crisis. It basically is a crisis. Basically, you have a Doctor Who comic book writer out there basically begging the audience. I'll get the tweet back up, actually. Hold on. Just to show
even if it does go under, I reckon there's going to be annual or like quarterly fan products that'll be as good. That Voop Voop. Do you ever see that?
I don't think. See, listen, fans are not going to forgive this one, Rabbi.
Well, I'm not forgiving it. Screw them.
Magazine goes. Listen, the magazine has always survived. Even people were making the comments during the video. The magazine has survived the 80s crisis, right? The late 80s crisis, right? It survived during that crisis. Yeah. It even survived during the show's hiatus. For the fact that it's actually gotten this bad, this is why I'm actually disgusted. It's for it to get this bad is unbelievable. Where's this bloody? Where am I? I don't even know what I'm doing.
You're looking for the tweet, mate.
Oh yeah, I'm looking for this bloody tweet to show you. Yeah, here it is. Right. So when you have someone like this asking the fans then you know the magazine's in trouble. So here we go. Share screen. And I'll get you our quick opinions on this because I want to keep to the subject of because I noticed, and Cheryl said it to me yesterday, and she's right. We keep, every time we do the streams, we keep talking about Jodie's era during the classic streams, and we should keep it to the classic content. But I started it yesterday, so it was my fault. So no more. We're not talking about Jodie Whittaker's era during the classic streams anymore. I'm bloody sick of it. Right, but here you go. Here's this bleeding tweet anyway.
Yeah, Scott Gray's been writing it forever.
Right.
Look, I've got a digital subscription. I've done my bit, mate. I stuck with you even through the bull crap.
Right. Now, just to show you who this guy is. So I'll read it out for anybody that can't really see it. A message for our readers. A message for the readers of Doctor Who magazine, because that's the official Twitter handle. And all other fans of Doctor Who. If you value Doctor Who magazine and would like to see it survive these tough times, please order a physical or online copy of the latest issue. Thanks. Now, I want to say something that I said in the video very briefly. That the supermarkets have actually stayed open during this crisis, so there is no excuse, right? But if they do say that they haven't been able to get the magazines to the supermarket, well then, okay, you've been able to get it online anyway. There is no excuse for this magazine failing.
Well, no, you know what? Now they've lost their foot trade. That's really the problem. They only have the fan trade. And the fan trade they've alienated, and you've had to have people who are super crazy fans to keep buying it, like me.
Yeah.
And they're not that many are as dedicated and as crazy, right? That's the problem.
Now, here's the tweet there, right? So you can see the tweet underneath. I've left it there just to show you.
Yeah, tragic.
And this is Scott Gray, and he's a comics writer, artist, and editor. Loves Doctor Who, loves comics, and makes Doctor Who.
He's written basically Doctor Who comics for like 15, 20 years now.
Yeah.
And they've all been good. That's the thing, they've all been good.
That's what I mean. When you've got someone like that asking you to go and support the magazine, and it's in deep trouble.
Hey, no. This is, you know me. I always try and look on the bright side. I want to show you
no bright side. There is no bright side. Sorry.
Yeah, no, because I think this fan publication will fill the void. Check. Have you seen this?
No.
Wolf. It's this incredible fan publication all about the Doctor Who comic strips. It's a whole thing about.
Wait, I'm gonna remove us all from the stream so we can make Rabbi big on the screen so he can show you it better, right? So hold on, I'll remove myself.
Okay, I feel like I'm domineering. So yeah, check out this image. Isn't this gorgeous? This cover. And they've done a few issues. But they got like all this love that pours out of it. Yeah, this was the first one they did, which is just fantastic. They do like a couple of covers. So, they did like these fake transfers, like the first Doctor Who magazine. But this one, the one they just came out last with. Look how thick it is. It's freaking crazy, this one. This one's so crazy, it came with a vinyl record. Do I have that right here? Let me find the record. It came with this vinyl record. Oh, look at this thing. It's incredible. So I think if Doctor Who magazine goes under, we will fill that void, I really, really believe it. I think I could do it. I think, all we're doing is get a few articles. I think we could really do it.
Yeah.
I know, but in fairness, right, I get what you're saying, right? But it is the Doctor Who magazine. It's
tragic. It is tragic. Don't get me wrong. It's I've been buying it since I was like, I don't know, 12. Look, what happened? Video. I didn't touch him. No. Maybe I touched him a bit. I don't know. Yeah. So, man, I do hope they make it. I mean, the specials are probably going under. They just alienate the fan audience. There's one audience, and we're so happy to buy the thing. I think Rob McFarlane said to the Star Trek people, allegedly, I didn't get confirmation of this. He said you have a legion of people just aching to give you money, and you turn them down. And that's where Doctor Who is. That's where BBC is.
Yeah. Right, let's get on to.
Oh, 1 second. Let me turn the sound down on my.
Let's get on to the old watch along, and we'll discuss because I want to be able to discuss it because we watch it and then we all end up just starting off. But I want to be able to have a little bit of a discussion at the end of the episode as well.
Yeah, I'm excited about tonight's story. I enjoyed this one.
Yeah, I have to be honest. It's been a while. When did I watch it? I don't know. It's been a while, so I have to. I will watch it again and see if I still kind of.
Yeah.
I think there was some things I didn't like in it, if I remember correctly. But yeah, that's just me. Oh, Cheryl has it ready as well. Look, right.
I just watched it before I came on the channel. So
Yeah, I know you always do that, don't you?
It's surprising, you know. That okay, I mean, we'll talk about it as we go along. But
Yeah.
it's actually better than that. It's different. Actually, one thing I want to say going into it, the whole twist about they say before the titles, the Big Brother thing being very contemporary. That seems kind of out of place now. That was very in vogue in like the early 2000s, especially in Doctor Who fiction. You know, where it became like very like what's the word? Postmodern. You know, when it's looking at itself. So
the
it's
weakest link
out of fashion now.
Oh, it's I know which episode it is. It's the Android.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Yeah. Linda with a one, was it?
Linda with Y.
Yeah.
You're reading
for Linda. That's the hashtag. I'm only messing. There's no hashtag this one. But if there was, it'd be hashtag justice for Linda.
Well, she's going to go on to be in EastEnders, didn't she?
Yeah. She went on to be Tanya in EastEnders. Yeah, she was jumping from one man to another.
Yeah, I mean, she did well for herself, didn't she?
Yeah. She did. She actually did. She ended up having a good career. She can't complain. Like, I mean, she did. She ended up doing well after it. That's what I mean. A lot of people, even the ones that have little cameos, some of them end up going on to do, well, I wouldn't say bigger and better things, but they end up going on doing other things, and they do be successful. So
right. Oh, interesting fun fact for this episode: the actor who plays Roderick, a character in this, was very, very, very heavily rumored to be the 11th Doctor before Matt Smith was announced.
Ah, right. I never knew that.
So there you go. He's a fantastic actor. This guy's crazy. He plays a very normal guy in this, so he does it well. But if you see him in other, he's really good.
Who was that then?
We all good to go now? Do you want to get started?
I'm ready to go. If anybody else wants to add on before we start, though, feel free to do so. And then there is something I will talk about later on after the little discussion that we have. If you just want to hang around quickly. But Emily Cook did announce her last watch along. That's happening. Yeah. Have you seen it?
No, I'm with you, but it breaks my heart. I just want you to know. I'm totally with you. I'm looking forward to Case of Androzani. Oh, but it breaks my heart because I love those episodes. Oh, I love them so much.
I agree, but
I just love them so much. It's killing me.
But they're very interesting. The two stories.
Yeah, the last real Doctor Who. That's what it means. It was the last real Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Last one when we get the last Doctor Who.
I'm telling you, there's some. I also see we great minds, Rabbi. We see that. Go on.
Listen, if you're ready to relent and put, I'm so on board.
Oh,
episodes.
Oh yeah, Rabbi, hang on. Whoever's watching it on Netflix or whatever, there's a recap. Yeah, do we?
You need the recap. That's important for this.
Right. Do we have the recap on there? The one you sent me.
Yeah.
Right. Well, then
you should.
Right, we haven't started yet, problem being, but we're about to do the countdown. But if you need to get your disc in or whatever you're watching it on, let us know now, and then we'll delay for a couple of seconds. But Rabbi will be doing the countdown because it's become a bit of a tradition. But
getting a disc in is not code.
That's actual hashtag. Don't skip the recap. Yeah. Yeah, we waffle here a lot before. But that's what you love us for. I mean, if we just came on and did the watch along, you say, Barton.
Right.
Barton now, chits. Will you come on, cheer up, bit of life in it. Right, there.
Problem is ready.
Right, Rabbi.
Okay. Lock and load, baby. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press play now. Wait.
Contact.
Freeze in Brownsville Empire. It's a long recap, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like Adam in that episode. He was a bit of a twat, wasn't
Yeah, well, I think that's the point of the character.
he? Yeah, I think so, yeah.
It's a bit unfortunate calling back to this episode, which was objectively the weakest one. Yeah, in a run of really great episodes.
Actually, Adam, just to ask you, is this your fourth time? This is your first time seeing this, isn't it?
Really?
No, I've actually seen that episode before.
Okay.
It's been a while though. I think mostly when I watched the DVDs going back, I would start with season 2 and carry on forward from there, just because I'm a big Tennant fan. And getting back into with Eccleston, it's hard to watch that season without wanting more.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It unfortunately became kind of like a curiosity.
Yeah.
Ah, there's Linda. Sweet Linda.
There you go. Sweet Linda.
Not bad looking Linda.
Oh, yeah. She was young Linda. Yes, I did notice. But there you go. What do you expect?
I love this.
I enjoyed this episode so much.
I love this. Will the doctor please come to the diary room?
Funny thing is, when I saw this, I'd never seen Big Brother before because I didn't live in England, so I had no idea what a big deal it was. They got the logo and all the stuff.
I love when he sits on the chair and goes, "You must be smoking."
Yeah, fantastic, isn't it?
This is just so good. Oh, you got to be kidding, that fella. Cheryl's a couple of seconds behind. Yeah, a couple of seconds behind.
I'm trying to catch up.
Christopher Eccleston in an Alien movie.
Yeah, I'll tell you when to press play.
Badwolf by Russell T. Davis.
Yeah, you're right. It's grand. Full disclosure, I've never seen the point of Big Brother. Well, it was a good show when it first started because it was great to see a lot of human beings that never interacted with each other in a social experiment. But then, but what happens with a reality TV show then is they start adding gimmicks to it, and then they actually start putting people in that are not necessarily ordinary people. They put in people that they definitely know are going to cause a riot, and that's when it lost all its charm. First 3 seasons of Big Brother in UK were probably the best. 5, sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing I only saw the US one and the first one. I just thought it was like the only thing in common was how much I didn't like all these people.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, what wild people.
Oh, there's Billy Piper now. There's Rose. She realizes now she's going to be on the weakest link, and then she realizes Android. Oh, the Android.
The Android
was more scary than Alex.
Yeah, I mean, I used to enjoy them because to be fair.
Okay, I'm a couple seconds, I think, behind you guys. Where's Rose right now? She's standing in
He's
front of the
on
podium.
now.
Yes,
Yeah.
standing in front of the podium.
Okay, the robot just activated.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm right. I think I'm right where you guys are.
Well, I'm on Captain Jack now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he just woke up.
It's grand. You're only a couple of seconds behind. You could still, you
There we
know, yeah.
Right, exactly.
But look at young Captain Jack.
go.
He's absolutely
I have to
brilliant.
say, for a bloke, let's be honest, he's absolutely handsome looking.
Oh my God, he isn't he? I tell you, I'm
There's
straight.
nothing wrong with
I'm
saying a bloke looks handsome, Daniel. Daniel's laughing. Daniel's laughing there. Says, "There's no harm in saying the bloke looks handsome, Daniel."
No, that bloke looks handsome, and he's got the best line coming up.
Yeah, yeah. Shh.
Clothes are getting zapped off.
Yeah,
Your viewing figures just went up.
I know, I love it.
But I love when he pulls the gun out and they go, where did you get that from?
Exactly. This is so Rusty. This is so bonkers, Russell T Davis.
Yeah.
This is what he was just happy and being silly and having fun. And
Yeah.
And nobody took it seriously though. You know what I mean? Everybody was just saying, yeah, funny. You know, there was no like agenda behind it or anything. You know, it was just pure. There's a way of doing it, and RTD had it perfect.
I think it all just boils down to being genuine. That's
Yeah.
really all it is.
You're right. That's it. And he had passion.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, look. 13 episodes a year, Torchwood and Sarah Jane Adventures.
That's passion. Of course it is. That's dedication.
And he would go on interviews and write anything he could because he just loved Doctor Who.
Yeah.
I can feel, the rough edges of this season. I just totally forgive because it's like youthful enthusiasm.
Yeah. Sure. In the second season, which we will be getting to, it starts to mature the RTD era. It has a lot of my favorite episodes actually.
Especially within.
Yeah, that's a great story, isn't it?
Yeah.
Great story.
You know, I'll make up a big a poster or thumbnail for that. So because I think we should do like a relaunch, like do a publicity campaign.
Yeah, for Series 2. Yeah,
Series 2 because it's so fun, it's so great.
Fascinating. So even when RTD started out, he did put that a transmat could take you out of the TARDIS.
Yeah.
Right. But I can't. They kind of play kind of hard and fast with the rules.
Yeah, he explains it though. He explains it. You find out why they can get the. It wasn't actually. It was the girl, wasn't it? The girl that the Daleks are using to run the game station or the game station.
Yeah,
she's able to tap in because the Daleks. Remember, these new Daleks are basically
from the time
powerful. Yes, so. As later on in the show, which is fair enough, now you don't know, but later on in the show, you'll find out that when the Daleks were a fully fledged race, that wooden door on the TARDIS is just a wooden door. That's the line the Tennant's Doctor uses in. Actually, it's the last Journey's End, and what's it?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, that's the episode. He says, that door is just a wooden door because it was a fully fledged Dalek race, and that's what does he call himself in this? Oh yeah, the god of all Daleks. Jesus, yeah.
And these ones are like very dismissive of. They're like these are like not real Daleks. They're just mad.
Yeah, but they're fully fledged race. Though, you know what I mean? They're fully fledged. Like they're powerful enough that, look what they've been doing. Manipulating the earth for hundreds of years just to get the Doctor.
Yeah.
Well, they also had
this actor. Sorry, Adam. Which actor now did you say was getting the Matt Smith?
Roderick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because that's actually Patterson Joseph, isn't it?
Right,
The
let
only
me
guy who really
see.
talks to Rose. Oh, you get this off him.
Oh, he was in what was
Peep
he
Show.
on BBC? Yeah, he was on something else on BBC as well. That was great.
Neverwhere.
Yeah.
In the 90s, he played the Marquis de Carabas in Neil Gaiman's Neverwhere, produced
Oh,
by Lenny Henry.
wow. Well, that would have been an interesting
He was a
cast.
great actor. Yeah, I really thought he was going to get it as well. But then he ended up. He was in the same show with Christopher Eccleston a few years later, The Leftovers, which I very much like. But it's only I who very much likes it. Everybody else hates it.
This Captain Jack scene, all the scenes with Captain Jack.
They're wonderful, aren't they?
Brilliant.
Good.
I could see why he is so desperate to be back in Doctor Who again. You know, I could see why he would, and people that slate him for being in it. This is why, guys. This is why I'll never slag John Barrowman. I think to do with the current era, but he loves the show so much that he'll do anything they ask him to do.
Yeah, exactly right.
Oh no, she brutally gets Rose here. I know, that was brilliant. And the best thing was that they actually got Anne Robinson to do that.
Right, well, they got
that was really good.
The
they got the two girls, those two girls that are with Jack. They're real as well. That's what I mean. This had that even at the fourth series, he managed to pull in some stars.
An effort as well.
Bang.
Yeah, you go.
But imagine being faced with that, right? You're just after watching someone that you think is just being assassinated on a TV show, and you'd be like, "What the hell?"
Well, you know, I actually saw that tonight. Have you ever seen the show Tiger King?
I won't watch it because
oh god, it's too crazy.
Okay. The only reason why we won't watch Tiger King in this house is because you know how Cheryl feels about animal abuse.
Okay, this is nothing about animals at all. There's this everybody in it is insane.
Because he has a track record and has been convicted of animal abuse, Cheryl won't have anything.
No, I'm not saying to watch it. I'm just telling you what I saw tonight. It was crazy. It was the internal camera footage of this guy who's watching as this other guy kills himself, and he didn't realize he was going to do it, and he doesn't know if it was an accident or it was real. But the expression is like on his face is crazy.
I mean, that's like watching a train wreck.
Yeah,
that show.
I got 2 more episodes to go. I'm a very slow binge watcher.
You get the Android is badass, no Gary.
Oh, here we go. I love Davina. See, this is what I used to love about Big Brother. Was when Davina came on, because you knew someone was getting kicked out of their house for being an asshole.
Yeah.
And it's like they're all two-faced. Oh, I loved you. You're great. And they're the ones that voted them out. It's fucking great. I used to love the backstabbing.
His face in the picture.
But here's the part where Davies is just brilliant, because the doctor has no idea what's going to happen next. And then when he sees it, I mean, you as the audience, you feel...
Yeah. You're
right.
Spot on. Because he actually thinks it's all a joke here, that she's going to go on to be this big celebrity and she's going to have a single, because that's what used to happen back in the early Big Brother days.
Linda, yeah. I was in shock. I was like, oh my God. You know, because I don't see what had happened with Rose, but by this point, it was just like, now the doctor, and you feel and identify with what he's thinking. It's like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. They're disintegrating people.
Yeah, because he's sitting there. Look at him now. Look at his posture. He's like, what are they crying for? They're overreacting here.
Here we go. What are they
But
waiting?
his facial reaction here, Adam, is
Yes,
like,
Excellent.
Eviction in 5, 4. Are you guys ahead of me? 3, 2.
well, a couple of seconds.
there we go.
Oh wow. The doctor's face. I mean, right there.
You're right,
What is
exactly.
Brilliant.
Evicted from
Fantastic.
life, and then his face is just priceless here. Look,
Yep.
looking at the eye.
Right.
Yeah, I used to love the
Yeah.
Weakest Link as well. Problem being, I actually loved the American one when she went off to America, and all the Americans start crying because apparently
And yeah, I'm the same.
mental health. Because she is. Listen, that show. If you go on that, I bet you do have to.
We're not strong enough as a
No,
brand.
I bet you
We're
have
not.
to sign a disclaimer before you go onto that show. Listen, don't take anything serious that Anne says. This is just the way the show format works. But yeah, the Americans tried to have her cancelled.
This is how I would say it. I would say Anne Robinson is to game shows what Jacqueline Pierce Serverland is to science fiction.
Yeah.
They both serve a pretty similar function.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who is the lady that's wired into the system? The actress?
I can't remember her name.
I don't know why she reminds me of Swindon. Tilda Swindon.
Her name is Joe something.
No, it was. I'll look it up. Hang on.
Who? Linda with a Y?
No. The one who's plugged into the system.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's famous. She is famous.
She reminds me of Tilda Swindon.
Yeah,
but
she's Tilda Swindon on a budget.
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Oh, there he is. Look at him. Oh,
Yeah, Captain Jack is brilliant.
Who doesn't look at their Jack in tennis club?
And this is all a distraction because they know that Jack is vain.
Yeah.
Okay, apparently it's Martha Cope. It's not who I thought it was.
Oh, here we go.
That's the brilliant.
Hell yeah, 15 years is a long time for Captain Jack.
Yep.
Looks like he's had a very happy life. And I'm happy for him, actually, because he's
Reaches back for the gun. Fantastic.
Yep.
Nah, Simon Cowell's gone too soft now. Simon Cowell's not the same. He's not as vicious as he used to be since he's had a kid or his wife.
That'll soften you up.
He's softened up. He's not as vicious as he used to be. So nah. When Anne Robinson let some guy feel her boobies, we watched the video on The Weakest Link and I just seen it and I thought, no way, that didn't happen. And yeah, so Anne Robinson let some geek feel her boobies during The Weakest Link. Yeah, we're all watching it. Celebrities fun.
Seriously, I don't remember that episode.
Yeah, it was a celebrity special.
Did his hand wither and die?
No, she let him and she was smiling. She was flirting with him when she was talking to him, man. It was really cringy looking. What?
Which let the guy
No, yeah.
Tell them.
He was talking about how attractive she was in the bosoms. And she's like, do you want to feel? And he's like, yeah. She's like, all right. And he kind of just the top of the pillow, little girls.
Gordon Ramsay's really good, though. He's kept the edge.
Yes, he has.
Oh, but he was always a wanker. But that's what I like about Gordon Ramsay. You have to be a wanker to be a chef.
Oh, yeah. He'd be a great guest on Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Did you say you disagree, Rabbi?
Oh, no. I said, yeah, no, I think
You agree? Yeah. You do, don't you? You have to have a bit of a mean streak in you.
The No, it's not. I don't think it's a mean streak. I think it's a drive for perfection. And you're like,
perfection. If you don't reach my level of perfection, then you get your ass kicked. Simple as that.
Exactly. It's not acceptable. Yeah, this is the acceptable level. You don't meet it, I'm going to kick your ass.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think we should be allowed, Chris Chibnall. I think we should be allowed to kick his ass.
Yeah, exactly. I love this bit, by the way. I think this is one of his most doctorous bits this whole season.
Time Lord victorious.
Okay, so Sonic was used, but not as much. I mean, there's no hand waving like.
No.
Oh no, not the Jody.
I mean, that's what. Look, we're not. Everybody knows the screwdriver has been used, but I mean, it doesn't become the main feature of the second show.
Yeah.
Well, it's. I mean, without pointing names, there is one actor who's played the Doctor who clearly used it like a magic wand.
Yeah, you need a brain as well as Sharon.
Yeah, you think it's like an idiot. Yeah, it's like bleh. Yeah, that's
only an idiot depends on the screwdriver all the time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And really, why does that one screwdriver have to look like that? Really?
Right.
The one thing, okay, you recast Doctor as a woman, the most asexual, repellent woman of all time. You don't want to all those sex aid, like.
It's a symbol, though. It's a symbol. That's why they made it look like that. Because what they're saying is that a capable, brilliant, and intelligent woman doesn't need a man because you've got your Sonic.
Okay, well, let me tell you, she needs a match. I've never seen a human being that much in the Oh my God!
The funny thing is that they actually believe that a lot of women think their way, and the funny thing is that they actually believe these feminists like Miss Whittaker actually think that women think the way that they think, but in reality, women are pretty much happy with the way their lives are. If they weren't, there would be a lot more complaining than you, privileged ones. I
think it's fair to say women aren't any more pissed off and dissatisfied than anybody else.
Exactly.
No one's life is less shitty than somebody else's. Well, it doesn't matter anything. We all have equally shitty lives.
That's it.
Yeah, back to this episode, there's one thing that I remember when I first watched this that I thought was fascinating, was how RTD could get this subtle jealousy out of Rose when she sees the Doctor and his attention that's being paid to Linda.
Yeah, you're so right.
I that was something that when I first watched it, I felt that, and I was like, wow, that's really cool. And they were such good actors, and the way that they were written with that interplay in. I mean, it's not something you could. It had to have come directly from RTD's direction, because it's not something you could write into the script. This look of longing towards the Doctor, a little bit of jealousy when you see him interacting with Linda. I mean, that was pure genius.
Well, yeah, Russell T Davies was really all over every aspect of this production. I mean, to the extent of he made the Dalek bases an extra 2 inches wider because he felt it needed a more stocky approach to express their physicality.
And there's the Badwolf. Interestingly enough, this one episode in the first season has reverberations throughout the entire series, even to today.
Yeah.
The Badwolf entity is created. Jackality is given. We Emperor of the Daleks from the Time War for the first time, and possibly the last time.
Yeah, they specifically.
I mean, there's just so much that carries throughout. I mean, it's so wonderful to see that brought back in season 4 with Turn Left, or the Wrong Turn.
Turn Left.
When he sees the Badwolf everywhere.
But having the
Turn Left.
The Dalek Emperor was the voice was identical to the Dalek Emperor from Evil of the Daleks. And I think Nick Briggs played it specifically that way, for that reason.
Oh, I loved it. I mean, his inflections and the way he speaks. Fantastic.
Why didn't you try to save the bloke in the Big Brother house? Someone has their speakers. Either someone has their speakers up because there's a bit of feedback going on. You know what YouTube is like, to being very temperamental, so we can't have any sound breaking through.
I've got mine on mute with subtitles.
I got mine pretty low that I think just I can hear it.
You should wear them plug-in earphones.
Yeah, I just got to charge them up. I got to remember.
Just once we kind of keep talking, because I can kind of hear it a little bit.
Oh, I want to turn it down a bit.
No, because then you won't be able to bleed and hear it. Just
Doesn't Jack take that gun with him in Torchwood? I thought I saw it in Torchwood.
Yeah, probably. Us.
Sounds like the sort of thing they would do.
Yeah.
Oh, this is where he realizes it was his fault.
Right.
Oh, yeah, because of what happened in the long game.
Yeah. See, you never anticipated that.
Yeah, because he never found a system to the police. He just kind of up to me left.
The fourth great bountiful human empire.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did make this world. Now fix it. That's your job.
Well, that's funny. He tries to fix it, and you've got the 13th Doctor letting the last 7 humans in the universe die.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good point.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about this whole sequence. It's so good.
Yeah, and he's obviously Jack is flirting again.
Well, yeah. It's Jack.
And it even carries on because even Harriet Jones says it to him. Do you remember?
Right.
When he's saying hello and she got
yeah.
It's funny, like he's all, but he's not even in though. Is he flirting? Yes, it's Captain Jack.
Do you mind flirting outside in space?
This is it now. I have to say, the Doctor when he thinks Rose is dead, and remember this is the second time now I think in the series where he's had to face the fact that Rose, because remember he thought that Dalek had killed her in Dalek.
Yep.
And now this is the second time, and then he just
and again look how he changes when he like comes out of the shock. This is the war comes out.
But he actually makes that decision that he's not going to have Rose's death on his conscience, and that's why he sends her back.
Yeah.
Right. And yeah, it's a very curiously domestic finale, isn't it?
Yeah.
All the stuff with the truck and
Yeah, the part that I Rose tells Jackie that she's seen her dad, and Jackie doesn't believe her, and then runs off, and then comes back with the truck.
Right.
Yeah.
And then she says, your dad was full of mad ideas. Yeah, that's something he would have done. And then Jackie then obviously gets to meet him then. Which, see, that's how you do a story arc. You know? You know,
Exactly.
look at what happened. She ended up getting Pete again. You know what I mean? She ended up having Rose living with her for a while. Mickey, everybody got a story arc and a finishing arc. Even Mickey and Martha Jones ended up together. I mean, he tied everything up in a neat little bow, and there was no complications.
Right. I got
We are on 29 minutes and 50 seconds now. 29 minutes and 55 seconds. So we're getting up to 30 minutes now for anybody that.
right. I got to ask problem being how he thinks this is like time lapse. I'm trying to work it out.
We're 30 minutes in. Well, 30 minutes.
Neither similarities.
This whole sequence is great. Look at it.
To me, the similarities between the Vengeance and Vados and that.
Oh. Even Jack, he's devastated here. Look at Jack. He's like, what the hell did you do? The poor doctor.
That's the stuff that Lister was eating.
Yes.
On Red Dwarf.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Look, the doctor's just basically.
He's like catatonic for
Yeah.
You know, that twist when they were in the detention that's coming up. Oh, that was so fun to see that. Right.
Yeah,
let's go.
They were good.
To be honest, I didn't see that. I didn't think it was actually going to happen, but I was glad it did. I was glad.
Yeah.
Did you see the comment brought up about how come Rose didn't flip out when she first realized they were eliminating other people?
Well, what happened? Sorry, Cheryl, what was the question?
We were having a little discussion of how, when you really think about it, Rose continued to play a game where she was voting for people to be murdered.
Yeah, because
and then she didn't pitch that epic fit about the game being illegal or anything like that until after it was just her in the final.
Yeah, because Roderick had warned her, if you do, Android will shoot you, so just shut up and play the game. That's what he said to her, so it was explained.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Calm down.
Yeah, but I don't think that Rose really minded, because that's just kind of who she is. She's like, well,
yeah, she has a bit of a selfish character to be honest.
I love this. This is so War Doctor.
Yep.
Yeah, when you think about it in the context of the War Doctor and him being the later regeneration, it does give you that feeling seeing him with that giant gun.
Yep.
And they say a doctor doesn't hold the gun, and here he is with the giant one.
Yeah.
Well, that's really why they brought Captain Jack in.
Yeah, because then the doctor could play off of him. But here you see him with a giant gun aimed at everybody. And then he throws it away.
Right.
Fantastic.
Our name is, what is our name, Rabbi?
Sorry?
You're one that's playing the Space Girl. What's her name?
The controller?
Oh, no, here, one second, let me find her. There's nobody, I didn't recognize them. It's not who I thought it was. It is Martha Cope.
All right. Martha Hope, did you say?
Martha Cope.
All right.
The wide angle shot of the TARDIS, and then the denim jacket from Top Man or whatever it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting fact about Martha Cope. She is the daughter of Kenneth Cope from Randall and Hopkirk, deceased.
Oh.
There you go. Everything.
Wow.
So TV royalty, basically.
Yeah.
Wow.
She really was, I think.
That's where I've seen her. Family Affairs from 2002 to 2003. That's right. She was in that show.
Yeah. I think I'm looking at IMDb. Yeah. Never heard of it. Okay.
Yeah. That's why she looked familiar.
I love this whole bit, the revelation.
So up until now, as a person who's first watching this, maybe back in the day, or somebody who's on our stream that is watching it for the first time,
This is the first time you really get to see the Daleks in full view coming back.
As a race.
Ships and
they went so old school traditional, like flying saucers.
yes. I mean, that's something that you hadn't seen since, gosh.
It would have been the Doctor Who movie, wouldn't it, with Peter Cushing, or did they do? I don't remember Dalek saucers after that.
I don't think you saw it again.
I mean, Pertwee, I think that wasn't technically a saucer. I mean, it was more.
No, that was more like a pudding.
Yeah, like a cake topper or something, or cover.
No, I don't want to.
What?
He doesn't want to volunteer.
Who doesn't
2
want to
years.
volunteer for what?
To be zapped.
Oh, okay.
Like, she thinks everybody's going to die, like. Right, we all seem to be behind for some weird reason because I'm watching it at a different stage. Cheryl is watching it at a different stage. Adam's happening, but we'll have to cut out the recaps, to be honest with you, and just go straight to the episode because.
Okay, Rose just woke up. Rose just woke up, and you hear the Dalek heartbeat. Right, that's where I am.
Okay, I'm where.
Yeah, I'm on the same bit as you.
You get the Dalek eye view.
No, I'm okay. Let me fast forward just a couple seconds. Yeah, Rose woke up. Dalek eye view.
Now the
Back to the
doctor's like
station.
looking at some stuff on the screen,
Okay.
and she blows up and vanishes.
Just happened. Okay, great.
Lots of smoke. Don't know where she is.
Right. My masters.
Oh yeah, this bit is really good. I enjoy this bit.
I love this. Oh, you see the Dalek coming from the
No,
side.
Yeah, you see the ice stop.
But it's funny, in hindsight, it's a very. These Daleks really, really are good for excellent because these are very low rent Daleks.
Yeah.
These are like very nearly not Daleks. They're so not Daleks.
Yeah, they violate the paradigm. The true Dalek.
Right. They're made from like bits
But
of
we
people.
do like them.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Right, Rabbi is sharing something with us, so we'll throw it up there.
Bits of what we're watching. So it's on my shelf next to me.
Oh wow, that's I'm so jealous.
Cool.
Jealous. My gosh.
That's why I subscribe to that magazine.
Wow.
That thing.
That is fantastic.
It is very cool. I don't know why they don't make it more available.
Yeah, they should.
Cheryl.
Oh yeah.
Cheryl. Look on the screen.
There we
Look
go.
on the screen.
So the chorus is singing what is happening in Hebrew.
No, the screen. The actual picture.
It's brilliant.
Yeah, it's rabbis. It's nice, isn't it?
I
That's
think
brilliant.
Nicholas Briggs' performance in this episode is I think it's one of his best Dalek episodes.
He is absolutely brilliant.
Right, I mean, like you can I think you have to
Right.
personality.
Yeah, he does a great job.
Yeah, he's that, and yeah, he's like get eight of a voice actor.
Oh, I love it. Oh,
I-
it's so good.
This was a great cliffhanger.
We have your associate. Yeah, I love the way he says that.
Yeah.
I can't. It's so good.
This is awesome.
Oh, I love it.
Great. Yes.
Of course not.
This is so fun. Oh, it's so epic, man.
Oh, so good.
I'm coming to get you.
Oh, look at that.
Yes.
Oh, look at that.
They're all flying. It's all awesome. Yes.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm nearly tempted.
Oh,
Hey, let's watch
oh,
this one.
oh, damn! I can't wait till next week.
Well, you will have to wait another week for the epic conclusion.
That's
Oh,
torture.
hologram message. That breaks your heart. I love the hologram message.
Oh, you're watching the recap. I didn't bother because I'd
Oh, well,
rather.
how can you stop?
What?
How can you stop it?
I just because then it'd make me want to watch the second one right now.
Oh, see, no, I like the anticipation. Yeah, if I could find those trailers they put out every day, I would find it. I think I had them somewhere.
They're on the DVDs.
Oh, okay. I'll try and put
They're in
one
the
out.
extras. They're actually in the extras. They're in the DVDs. They're
Right.
actually in the extras because
I'll rip it and I'll tweet one today to like build up.
right. Let's just get straight into it, right? Because we don't want to dwell too long. So we'll have a little discussion about it and then we'll rate it, and then we'll talk about some of the other Doctor Who news that's going on. We'll just end it there. Right, so we'll start with you, Daniel. Daniel, what would you give this episode out of 10? And you also, I'll actually ask you to rate Christopher Eccleston's performance as well.
Well, I'll start with Eccleston's performance, if that's all right. I mean, like I thought this was his best performance, so he gets a 10 out of 10 from me for his performance. The actual episode as a whole, I thought was a 9.5. Because I do think that the second part is better, but as a whole product, Android Captain Jack scenes were good. Yeah, it's a really good epic story, and I can't wait for the second part in the next week.
Nice one. They're good high marks. Adam, we'll go with you next because Rabbi, I know what Rabbi is going to give it already. He's going to probably be the same as me anyway. So we'll do ours together because we're normally on sync on this one. But Adam, what would you give the episode first? What would you rate it out of 10?
I'm gonna have to go with Daniel on this. I think it's an 8.5. I mean, there was a couple of things I think that could have been a little bit better. Some of the interactions with the cast on the station seemed to give away a little bit too much. It didn't feel as if they were, I don't know, if there was that sense of scared and urgency, with the people escaping the games. Other than that, I think 8.5 I think is perfect for it. But that's coming up on the next episode, which is a perfect 10 in my book.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Eccleston was great. He was fantastic in this. I mean, he was the Doctor. He was the reason why the season and the series became such a big hit.
Yep.
I
He did a
suppose
fantastic
people
job.
actually do tend to forget that. If this hadn't have been successful, we wouldn't have had David Tennant. So we actually do owe a lot to Eccleston that even during his own personal troubles, he still managed to do all of this. So
I think it was a combination of like it was Eccleston, and it's been such an entirely new form of TV that Britain has never been able to pull off before, which made it like so incredibly exciting. Britain had never done like contemporary science fiction, really before like this, like on a mainstream. And so I think there was just this joy that like finally we were competing internationally, and we really were, up until 2 years ago. Okay. Should I go for my rating?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there we go. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say 9.5. Really loved it. I love this era. Is so uniquely different. This era is as unique to Doctor Who as like the Douglas Adams era. It's like so you'd never find like a Douglas Adamsy script outside of that small like 18-month window. That he was in. Same with this like Russell. It's very unapologetically Russell T Davies. It's all very silly. A lot of it, it's very contemporary. Yeah. It's him grumbling about stuff he doesn't like in contemporary society, and saying, this reality TV is really destroying us. And I can hear him like, and he was also, but he's also saying, I think that he's not blaming any for it destroying us because he's equally sucked in. He wants to be Big Brother as well. It's and then whole twisting it on its head and introducing the Daleks at the end. That confrontation with the Daleks, breathtakingly good. I think perhaps one of the best confrontations in Doctor Who of all time for the 63. 18. That whole like no, there's a simple no. I'm a wall. I'm a lion in the sand. No, I'm going to do this. And the Daleks freaking out. The Daleks being terrified of it is what sold it. And the Doctor is initiating hostile action. Oh, wow, so good. And then ends on that incredible cliffhanger. So it's a 9.5 only because I want to give next week a
10. I'll be the same.
Yeah, I'm the same. It's a 9.5 for me. Eccleston 10. I mean, there's no doubt. I mean, Adam brought up a very good point. Just look at his facial expressions. I mean, a facial expression goes a long way. I mean, if you have the right facial expression Jordan is saying, you can sell that scene even more. That's what the new Doctor is lacking. But you can see with Eccleston, he was going through a turbulent time in his life as well. So he probably channeled some of that into his performance. And I think that's why he finds it so hard to actually do anything related to Doctor Who, because it reminds him of a time when his life was actually turmoil. And I think he did put a lot of his heart and soul into this and a lot of himself into it. And I think it did take a lot out of him. Would he have stayed for a second series? He probably would have. But
because he was contracted.
I know he was contracted, but me thinking his fragile mind at the time, I don't know of himself. I know he ended up being fired and not told.
Right.
But I don't know if he would himself, whether he would have left himself, because obviously with these personal issues that he was having in his personal life. And let's not forget Billie Piper too. Marriage to Chris Evans at this stage was crumbling as well.
I thought she was over by then, wasn't she?
No.
No, I was just about promote her by then she got the role.
No, that's interesting.
They were still going through divorce or so, but she took absolutely nothing. He was a multi-millionaire, and she just, I'll give her that. The type of character that Billie Piper is that she's never come out and said anything bad about him. They've remained very good friends, and any relationship that she actually seems to have been in, she always talks highly of her previous partners, and there does seem to be that if you're with this girl, you're not going to, if it ends up going to shit, she's not going to be in the newspaper selling stories about you. So that's one thing I can say about Billie Piper. She's actually, I have to give it to her. She's had her own personal troubles, but she's handled it all with dignity. And I mean, I don't like her character Rose Tyler, but she's the opposite of Rose.
One of the things I really enjoyed about my favorite one of Billie Piper line ever was she was on Jonathan Ross, I think, or Graham Norton, one of those shows, and she'll talk, and it was just after Martha had taken over, and she was on the cover of the new Doctor Who magazine, which she still had a subscription to, and then whoever was it, so how you were, how did you feel about it? And she was like, "Oh, I wanted to scratch their eyes out." I'm so jealous, which is
Yeah, she was. That's what I mean. When they were filming and all, she was like writing little posts up saying how she'd love to be part of it. And see, even though she left, she went on to do amazing things, which she did. They always come back to the show that made them the person that they are. And let's be honest, Billie Piper's first acting role was Doctor Who. Yep. So, I mean, for her to go on and do the things that she has done, it's been pretty amazing. David Tennant has went on to do amazing things. Now Peter Capaldi. That trend will stop with who, but she's not. Seriously, if all her fans are delusional, there's no way she's going to make a career after this. As far as I'm concerned, I think her career is gone. You'll probably see her popping up as a supporting cast, but she's not going to do very well after this.
No.
Yeah, I can't imagine this not hurting everybody's careers, right? I mean, like, how could it not? What a disaster. What a public disaster.
I think Bradley Walsh has got out a nice time, though.
Yeah. I think
he'll be okay, though.
He's grand. He's got everybody knows his caliber, though. That's the thing. You've seen him in Law and Order, the English version, and he's very good in that. I mean, he is a good actor. He'll be fine. Tolson Cole already has a job. He'll be fine. We'll actually get to see what his real acting talent is like.
I can't believe he got another job. I'm just amazed about that.
No, but he obviously has something. There's obviously something that Chris Chibnall saying to give him the role. The problem is that he's not giving them the material. Let's be honest here. None of them have been getting the material, right? But still, with the material that they've been working with, others have fared better than most. Bradley Walsh has done well with the material that he's gotten. And Cole last year was fine. He just hasn't gave a shit this year. But there is we all said it at the time. Tolkien Cole last year, we all said that he had something about him, that he was a good actor. We can't change our opinion just because he didn't give a shit after Series 12. Why would he give a shit? He knows it's a dumpster fire. Bradley Walsh knows it's a dumpster fire. Just look at the clip where the fan actually says to him, "Yeah, I used to watch Doctor Who, but I don't like this era."
I know.
Look at his face. It's telling. Even he knows it's shit, right? He looks at the beast. He looks at the chaser, and the chaser is like, yeah. Because they obviously spoke about it backstage. It's shit. It's great. He knows it's gone, and that's why he's jumped ship. And I don't blame him. For going. The thing that actually baffles me is the fact that they've decided out of the two to keep, right?
The
two weakest ones are staying, and the two that stronger ones are actually leaving. And now the J-Bots have got themselves into a little bit of a frenzy, thinking there's going to be a romance. Well, sorry to break you our little hearts, but of rumours and the information that I've received to be true, she's only going to be in the series as a part-time companion, so hard luck, he's lost. It was never going to happen anyway. BBC you know what, they might be sadistic pigs when it comes to Doctor Who, but that is a step too far, to be honest, because that has no place in the family show, especially a kids' TV show. You want to do that, then do shows like Queers of Folk, like they had on Channel 4, which was a great show years ago. And they've done other teen shows like that actually address all the struggles that people go through today, especially the young people today. Doctor Who is not the place to be having these kind of things, because kids are watching, right? And at the end of the day, it's up to us as parents to educate our kids, not TV shows. All right, we wanted an educational show.
Frankly, the last person I want to educate my kids will be Chris Bloody Chibnall. Bloody idiot that he is. Yeah, really? Yeah, I have no idea the truth about the partition of India. All I know is I don't want to learn about it from Chibnall, because I think
I don't. Or I don't want to learn about the Rosa Parks incident by Chris Chibnall, because if anybody does know anything about the whole Rosa Parks situation, you'll know it was all propaganda anyway, because a school girl had actually done it months beforehand.
I think her name was Claudette something. I can't.
Yeah, that was her name.
Name.
Criminal record, because she had a criminal record. Obviously, the movement at the time thought she wouldn't be the right person to use, and then along came Rosa Parks on that fateful night. But with that, they couldn't even do it justice, right? They had to come up with some gimmick to make this work, and the gimmick just didn't work. You bring in a white guy with a leather jacket, and his only thing to do in the episodes to be
a leather jacket,
and to stop or from getting on a bus. What a way to belittle that piece of history.
Oh yes. Well, here's the thing. See, the teenage girl that did it before, she was pregnant out of wedlock. So at the time, it wouldn't have been a good look for the movement. But
you know, people, again, these people, this is what I'm trying to say to you, Adam, is these Jodie Whittaker fans think they're being educated, but they're not knowing all the facts. You know what I mean? And again, that storyline, let's be honest, is that a Doctor Who episode? In any reality, is that actual an episode?
Absolutely not. Because even the pop song at the end of it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
I didn't fit.
That was a Quantum Leap episode. A rip-off of a Quantum Leap episode. That's exactly what that was.
You're right, and I loved Quantum Leap. And you know what? They would have done it respectfully back in the day, though. That's the thing. They would have done it respectfully. Yeah, I agree. It definitely is a Quantum Leap episode. That's how you do it, actually. That's how you do it. Doctor Who, it just doesn't fit into the Doctor Who universe. I'm sorry, but that's the harsh reality. And Demons of the Punjab is another slap as well. You didn't learn anything about the partition of India. Absolutely nothing. And you
really didn't. Yeah, and the weird thing was, in this month's Doctor Who magazine, you had you didn't have Chris Chibnall doing production notes, because he's couldn't give a talk about it. But you had a 6-7 page interview between Pete McTeague, Joey Wilkinson, and Vinay, whatever he is,
Vinay Patel.
That was the one with the interview, wasn't it? That was the interview where they were actually interviewing each other.
Right. It was like Dumb and Dumber.
So it wasn't a real interview. It wasn't hard.
I already got to read it, but I was gonna do a video on it and roast it. But I was like, too long and boring. Yeah, that's really the point. Like, people are just boring. Because I feel kind of bad for Pete McTeague, who wants to do Doctor Who, and he got in at the exact worst time possible. Yeah. This is terrible for him. Like, the two people I like to see survive from this era would be Sacha Dhawan and Pete McTeague.
Yep, I'm the same. I get in with you.
I would have to actually concur with that one. Actually, I don't mind Pete McTeague. Obviously, when Chibnall went missing, he obviously was on Twitter a lot, acting as showrunner, and was very, let's just say, he was more open talking to the fans than Chibnall ever was. So yeah,
Right, exactly.
I will, but I want to stress this, and I need to be clear. Just because I support them doesn't mean I support them as the next showrunner, as some out there in the fandom would like to see happen. I've seen some mention his name, and fair enough. But the end of the day, I would rather an outsider, to be honest with you. You can have Pete there and other guys there to help the new runner along, but at the end of the day, the showrunner is in charge. You know, he dictates where the show goes and listens to the fans as well, obviously. But you don't, BBC no longer should be dictating what politics and what agenda should be in this show.
Exactly. I mean, really, haven't they got that message yet?
No, they haven't. Emily kissing in the latest tweet.
I love it. They just shrug their shoulders and go, "Well, I guess less people are watching TV." No, people are watching normal TV. They just watch less shit TV.
Yeah,
right. And we have more options now too.
Yeah, exactly.
Lecturing us. I mean, God's sake, leave me alone. I don't care what the BBC wants me to think.
Well, let's move on from this and let's just talk about very briefly before everybody needs to head off and stuff. Emily Cook, right? So she's doing the last tweet along. We obviously know what it is now. Probably being is there saying, she's licking Stephen Moffat's bum about River Song. Listen, River Song for me, you all know where I stand with River Song. I liked River Song at the start. He became a bit of a Moffat. I think Moffat lost the plot with River Song, to be quite honest with you. But I do like Alex Kingston. I do like the character of River Song, but just by the end, I was like, enough now. All right, it just enough. Just like she needs to go now. That's the way I was at the end. River Song. Listen, I'm not surprised Emily Cook is doing that. I mean, listen, RTD praised her, and listen, she does deserve the praise. She did start something wonderful. It was wonderful at one stage. Yeah. It did leave a bad taste in my mouth after that night. A lot of fans, and I just haven't been able to forgive after that. So I don't really care what happens in the last two. I'm glad it's finishing, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah, honestly, I feel the same way. It's like it's become a source of like just stress and tension. I heard that David Tennant did the extra. I haven't listened to it yet, but is that correct? The sequel to New Earth.
The Novice Ham thing. I haven't watched it. It's there, and I've been tempted to watch it, but then I'm giving her a review on our channel. So if I could find it not on our YouTube channel and it doesn't go to a link on our YouTube channel, I'll watch it. But I'm not giving her a view. Why should I? She hasn't supported the classic tweet alongs, and I'm still bitter about that. And I know, Rabbi, you're like, just let it go, and I understand that, but I can't.
I do too. Look, in the end, we all do what we can.
Expected for 3 years, and all I ask is, a little, like, she's finishing now. What she could do now on the last tweet along is say, right, I'm heading, but just to let you know, if you are missing Doctor Who, there's a couple of channels out there that are doing classic Who watch-alongs, and she could mention them on the last one, but she won't. And to be quite honest with you, as I said, she has no excuse. She did an unofficial one, by the way, during the week. There was an unofficial one she did during the week. She says that, she says that she has to be careful about which ones episodes and all that she picks, but she didn't have a problem doing an unofficial one.
So, what story was that? I heard about it, but I didn't see it.
Yeah, told me about it. What was it, Daniel?
Get that to walk. I think it was Get that to walk. I seem to remember seeing it.
It was Gridlock. That's what it was. It was Gridlock. That was an unofficial one.
Last night?
Yeah, that was an unofficial one.
Yeah.
I'm confused.
The last one was supposed to be the last one. There was another one during the week, apparently, wasn't there?
Yep.
What was it? Listen? Yeah, it was Listen. That's what it was. Listen was the second last one, but then she did an unofficial one, which was Gridlock. But the last one is actually The World of No. Oh, I can't. The stupid name.
Yeah, the World of Nothing Time.
Yeah, no, it's still a stupid name. I'm sorry. It's the this was one thing I did about Moffat's era, right? And I have to bring it up. The bloody names of some of these episodes were absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
They were he tried to be like, it was like the widow, the wardrobe and stuff. That was like the line, the witch and the wardrobe, that bleeding fucking Aslan's line, wherever you call it, bleeding.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, then you can see he just was there too long. He kept like trying to push new things. Although, again, I mean, I just love the Capaldi's what was supposed to be his last lines if they hadn't done Twice Upon a Time. When he's like laying on the floor and saying, I hope there'll be stars.
Yeah, this is the reason why I bring it up, because it is very interesting that Emily Cook would pick these two, or this episode. Is she doing the two, or is she doing? Yeah, she's doing the Dr. Falls.
I think she's doing the two of them.
Yeah, she's doing the Dr. Falls as well, right? Which is it is very interesting that she's decided to end with a Capaldi episode. Because let's remember, at the very start, there was rumblings with the fandom that she wasn't doing Capaldi. And then do you remember she put out that kind of snarky tweet, for everybody, it's because, it's coming, it's happening. And then the Capaldi one happened, right? It was heaven sent, wasn't it? That she did that.
Yeah, as I recall.
Then she's done Listen, and now she's finishing with this. Interesting. Very interesting. I find it interesting that she's ended it with a Capaldi one. I thought she probably would have went for a Tennant one, to be honest with you, or a Smith one. I didn't think she'd end with Capaldi, but interesting.
I just think she's saying this was the end of real Doctor Who.
Yeah, she's kind of that lucky to that.
If this is what she is trying to tell us, I wish she'd stop playing both sides then, because that's what she has been doing, because she's been coming out and defending the recent era. If this is her way of like actually saying, well, listen, okay, I might have set these up, but BBC kind of got a hold of them, but this is the last one, and I'm basically going to leave a little message. Well, I'm sorry, that's not good enough. Come out and say the show is shit. You work for Doctor Who magazine and don't give a shit. The magazine's in trouble now. If you actually come out and have the balls to say something, well, maybe then fans will see that and actually say, geez, that Emily Cook one, she's right. Let's get behind her. Let's get behind the magazine. But no. You just want to go down with the wreck, so you can go down with the Titanic. Don't give a shit. Magazine goes, I am sad, but at the end of the day, they deserve it. If the show goes, if it crashes and burns, you deserve it because you supported this era. Anybody that supported this era, supported the magazine, or supported anything connected to this era, you are all responsible for the fall of this show and everything around it. We are not to blame. We were telling you for 3 years that this was wrong. You wouldn't listen to us, and this is the result. So do you know what? You've made you a bed. You can go and lie in it. I don't care anymore. I really don't care anymore. And you know what? That's one thing I will never forgive Chris Chibnall for. He killed the passion that I had for this show. He is kind of, I'm dead. The show, to me, it doesn't matter anymore. Doesn't matter. It won't have the same impact in my life that it had. And that's sad. And that makes me sad. And that's why I've been, you've heard me, I've gotten really upset. That's why he killed, it's done. My passion is, it's dead. It's done. The only reason why I do these, I love doing the classic ones. I have to be honest. Love the classic watch-alongs. And these, I don't mind doing these as much. But the closer we get to Jodie Whittaker's era, I might stop at
sad, isn't it? It's like, bad times are cut. Well, we're not rewatching Jodie Whittaker's era. Don't be ridiculous.
I'll never watch her era again. I can tell you that.
Oh my God.
I know there's fans out there, and Cheryl says it to me as well. But I have to be out straight. It's all well and good people saying pretend that this era doesn't exist. Unfortunately, it still does, and it was on screen, so it happened. So I'm sorry. It might be easy for some of you to say that it doesn't exist, but it does. And that is the harsh reality of the situation. Until someone comes out and actually retcons this, that still exists.
You see, like, because in my head, it's impossible for somebody not to retcon this. So it's going to happen. So I'm not sweating it at all.
So until then, that's my little rant.
It's going to go away. If it goes away, then I can disregard this. Either way, I can either disregard this if nobody retcons this and it destroys Doctor Who. At that point, my headcanon becomes as good as anything else. Or they're going to retcon it so it doesn't destroy Doctor Who.
Yeah, well,
the only way that's going to work is when the licensing fee goes away, and they're going to have to do this for the fan dollars instead of the forced payment. That's the only way that's going to change, where they can retcon it. Because, quite honestly, I mean, if they go to retcon it, they're going to get slammed by the media. You know, the usual suspects are going to hit them. You know, between the Daily Mail and everybody else. I mean, they're just Radio Times. I mean, they're the shill for them, but they agree with the ideology. And the only way it's going to change is when fans actually have a voice and aren't forced to pay for this drivel that's being shoved out.
Yeah, because I mean, like, again, they basically admitted this is unsaleable. This is commercial poison. That, you know, like it just is. That book, that stupid book they brought out, Doctor Who and the Mazes of Doom. I think you couldn't even tell it's a Doctor Who book. It's a little.
Jesus, that made me cringe.
Yeah, and yeah, what they've done is they've changed the show that was for everyone and made it into for weird 6-year-old girls who their mothers insist have to like it because they've got to be beautiful women of science and they can't go and do what they want to do in life instead.
Lee, they won't sell. Lee says, "Sell the show to Netflix." See, this is the problem. They won't sell the show to Netflix because even though the BBC are stupid and never handled Doctor Who properly, especially in the last few years, they actually do know that they have a gold mine on their hands. The problem is, I think personally, is that nobody at the BBC and RTD has come close. Maybe Moffat as well. But nobody at the BBC really knows where to bring this show. You know, under RTD had a bit of a direction, but then it started to get stale. Then they brought in Moffat then to kind of, and he did a soft reboot as such for Matt Smith's, and it worked for a while, but then again it got stale. So then he went back to the tried and tested, which was Peter Capaldi, an older Doctor. Then the younger fans rejected that because then their ageist twattism came out and we all got to see what truly idiots look like. And they class us as the toxic ones. I mean, you've seen all the heat Peter Capaldi got, and even Piers Wenger to come out and make the comments that he made. They do not, they really do not understand what they have right now. RTD, as I said, came close. But Doctor Who has never reached the heights that I believe that it should. Look, I said this before in the early streams that I ever done. Doctor Who could be as big as, say, a Star Wars franchise.
Okay, you know how big Doctor Who could be?
What?
Doctor Who could be as big as Doctor Who when it was, 5 years ago. That's how big it could be.
Yeah, right. You've got a point. Classic era. Look at the golden age of Doctor Who.
No, I'm talking about the David Tennant years and Matt Smith. They were the big.
But again, as I said, during the end of all of their runs, it got stale. They ran out of ideas.
That's why we have regeneration.
So, but this is what you do. As we said, we think of ideas, right? So you could reformat the show. Anyway, you could bring it back to the classic 25-minute episode stories, right? Do 25-minute parters, do the stories in 4 or 5 or 6 parts, right? Each, you know what I mean? Do it that way. You have to forget about the look. If Doctor Who is good, it'll attract fans, right? I don't really care about the J-Bot fan, to be quite honest with you. I don't really care if the show attracts new fans, to be quite honest. I'm being selfish here. I just want the show made for me and for all of us. And if it's that good, though, and the writing is that good, people will flock to see the show. Look at the Orville. Look at how the 4th season of the Orville, everybody was positive, but there was still a bit of cautiousness, right? But people were optimistic. Look at season 2. They blew it out of the water and all the fans were like, holy, You know what I mean? The show matured. That's the problem. Mega Geek has always been right when he has said one thing. The show has never matured.
Mhm.
The writing has never matured, and he's right. That's the problem with it. It's never matured, and that's why each era will end up becoming stale, and they do. RTDs became stale, right? He should have left.
Yeah.
I'm being honest, he should have left before the
Specials.
specials. We got the specials and he dragged it on. Moffat should have left. Moffat should have left a long time ago, 2 or 3 seasons before he even left, right? But he stayed on. And now Chris Chibnall is here, but he's already gone stale. He's already killed the show. So right? So this is what I mean. Nobody, RTD came close. That's what I'm saying. He came close. He could have. He did leave on a high. Let's be honest. He did leave on a high. It did become stale. I'm just glad he did get the end and that he got. Yeah, I mean, he ended on the high, but they do become stale, and that's the problem. They never adapt, and that's why we're in the state that we're in. Listen, this was always going to happen. Maybe it mightn't have been a Chris Chibnall. It could have been someone else. But that's why they tried the female doctor, because they'd run out of ideas. It became stale, and they thought the best way to jazz this show up and to give it new life was to cast a woman.
BBC's defense. The suits, they had no idea what they're doing, and they know they had no idea what they're doing. And Chibnall comes along and says, "Yeah, look, I can run it. I'm a successful showrunner, and I'm going to do a female Doctor Who." And they go, "Oh, that matches our diversity and inclusiveness," and so they're all on the same page and they're all excited. They had no idea it was going to be so reviled as it has been. They knew a year ago.
Rob, boy, hang on now. Listen, I know you're optimistic and all, but that's bullshit. It's bullshit, because when Jodie Whittaker was cast, the die was cast already.
Yeah.
No. Obviously, it was.
To see Anne on the screen, it was never going to work. That's the point I made today. It was never going to work. Casting a woman, no matter who it was, I'm sorry, 50 years a man, you can't all of a sudden then gender swap it and think everything is going to be smooth.
Well, I don't think it could have worked in the way they did it, which was lazy and disingenuous.
I don't think it would have worked on you. And listen, I have to stick to my convictions. I've always said it. I don't think it would have worked even with Olivia Colman. I don't think it would have worked with Tilda Swanson, wherever her name is. I don't think it would have worked with any other women that were mentioned. It's a male role. It's like James Bond. It's as simple as that. No woman had any right to go near that role, right? It was bad enough that they cast a woman in Missy, but I love Michelle Gomez. She gets a pass. But at the end of the day, Doctor Who, the Doctor is a male role, and that's the end of it. There's no debate. It doesn't work. The female experiment has failed, and it doesn't matter. You bring in a woman with caliber. The fans have already made up their mind. Jodie Whittaker has ruined it for any other woman to take this role now. She's ruined it. Even if they brought in Joe Martin would receive a backlash. They don't want it anymore. Fans are done. The female experiment has failed, and it's over. It's done. Fans will not accept another female doctor, and I think BBC need to realise that pretty fucking goddamn quick, because if they don't, the next time they do it, they're going to kill the show if they haven't killed it already. It's done. They don't want it. They don't want the female doctor. They have made it plain and clear. They have rejected it. The Timeless Children origin story proves it. They've rejected it.
100% it does. I mean, it's so clear.
So I know you're optimistic, and I'm not giving out to you, and I can understand why you always see the bright side. That's why I love you. But on this one, I sincerely believe that you're wrong. This odds, as soon as she was cast, we'll go back to when she was cast and watch the fandom fracture. Watch it fracture. It fractures on the day.
Yeah, exactly. I was on board until I saw it, but everything you guys said, well, you were right from the beginning. 100%.
Then when it actually came to the show and it actually came on, everybody was vindicated that was saying this was wrong. And even yourself, and I remember you did your reviews for Series 11, and I could see it. you know, you could see even with you as week and week was going, I could see that this
Oh
was
yeah, see, look, by episode
killing
5,
you. It was killing you. It was killing everybody.
yeah, by episode 5, it was over.
Yeah,
Oh god,
you can watch that shit and say it was Doctor Who.
it,
And,
it,
and
went, it went from preachy to boring. The
oh,
hate.
listen, if you do have art to add, you can add. I'm sorry, I'm just so passionate about this. It's done. The female experiment with Doctor Who was done and it failed. And I think she's done. And I really do. I think because she was cast, I don't think any other Doctor Who fan that's like me is going to trust another woman in the role. Because,
Listen, I think
I'll tell you why, though. Because there'll always be that niggling little feeling that we'll have, oh, no, there's some agenda behind this. And that's what will always be in our heads. No, they're doing this for some reason. There's an agenda behind it. And then we'll be looking at the stories, right? But we'll be critiquing the stories and pulling them apart, but not really watching them because we'll be looking for this agenda. And that's what I don't want either. So, BBC, listen to me. I'm telling you now, female experiment with Doctor Who has failed. Please cast Michael Sheen because we know. Oh, by the way, just to add a little bit more information that I didn't add. It's actually old news, but it does tie in with the Michael Sheen news that we spoke about last year. But I just want to refresh people's memories. Michael Sheen apparently did do principal photography in a costume for Doctor Who.
when?
When he was rumored to be cast. When they said that someone was brought in when Jodie Whittaker did that regeneration scene.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Now, listen. Obviously, it's rumor, obviously, but it does come from a source that I trust. But what I will say is we're actively trying to see if we can get a hold of that photograph because if there
that would be insane.
If there is a photograph out there and this is true, and that's how far they actually went. If this is how far BBC actually went, right, well then I'm telling you now, I was right all along. They were leaving and something changed. Something bloody changed. Chibnall played them. When he walked off, he knew what he was doing. We were all celebrating. We should have been actually shitting a brick because soon as he walked out, he was power playing. I'm telling you now, Michael Sheen. I was that information I knew was spot. I knew that information was spot on. Michael Sheen was going to be the next Doctor. I'm telling you now. I'm telling you right now. Michael Sheen was going to be
great.
the next Doctor.
No, I got to chime in. I'd love to, if you guys don't mind.
Go ahead.
You got me all worked into a frenzy over here. So yeah, okay. So it was getting a little boring. The director of the BBC had come in 2012, had basically put down the diversity and inclusion strategy, and then everything started to get woke. Moffat was resistant, but you could see it coming into the Capaldi latter years. Even with Michelle Gomez coming in as the master, as Missy, I mean, the masters had so many different forms and come back to life so many different ways that could have been explained without, Time Lords being able to gender swap. Or let's say, okay, it's a one-off. You gender swap every now and then. When there's a severe emotional crisis, you'll come in as a female. Okay, I could maybe see that. But I'm with you, Noel. I don't think that the role of the Doctor or really male and female Time Lords should be interchangeable in that. I mean, they're an alien race, but I mean, why do you have to go that route? I mean, why does it have to be that specific? And it's like the rabbi and I were talking about this the other day. When we were, there's so many different ways they could have done this. And okay, so if you wanted to do a female Doctor, what you could have done was had the Doctor missing from the universe, right? And then pulling Jenny, his daughter, who's looking for him, but takes on the mantle of her father, or let's say it's Romana, but they take on the mantle of the Doctor because they want the universe to still, like the big bads, like the Daleks and the Cybermen, to still be afraid because they think, oh, the Doctor's still around, but it's in a female. But the whole entire time, the BBC could have put out a campaign which would have drawn in more fans. Like, have you seen the Doctor? Have you seen this man? Like that wanted poster I did, wanted or missing the Doctor. You know, they could have had a whole campaign, a marketing campaign
That's
geared
actually
towards that. Carried that for 3 years. It would have generated interest. There would have been a difference in the series. They could have experimented for 3 years with a female lead who was playing the Doctor but wasn't necessarily the Doctor, and then eventually reveal the Doctor was outside the universe somewhere, and they find him and bring him back. I mean, that would have been glorious, you know?
Well, that's what fans are hoping that Chibnall, this is what actually Chibnall is actually kind of doing, because there is talk of this kind of parallel universe. But then Chibnall kind of smashed that down when he said, no, the Root Doctor is actually part of this universe. But yeah, see, Adam, here's the thing. You've got a brain. You've actually, you know, you actually are clever. The problem is the people that are writing Doctor Who right now wouldn't think shit. That's the problem, Adam. That's the problem that we have. See, there's no thinkers in the writing team anymore. See that now. If you were in that writing team now and you come up with that idea, they'd probably say to you, no, that's stupid.
Well, they wouldn't hire me. I don't fit the checkbox.
They'd be like, but where's the angle? Because we need an angle here. And they'd be like, and you'd be like, well, what are you talking about? Well, we need something to insert some political message there. And then obviously your idea then is diluted. That's what would happen. But you are right, they wouldn't actually hire someone like you because, as I said, they only hire idiots. They don't hire intelligent people like you or Rabbi. Rabbi does some great work as well. If you haven't checked it out, actually, just a quick plug. Rabbi does his own comics and stuff. Yeah. So check it out there. He has Facebook pages and all. So we'll throw them up. Rabbi, throw them up while we're talking anyway. But Adam, go on, because I could see there that I got you going. So I want to actually let you continue your points of view, and then we'll get Daniel in as well.
Well, going back to what you were saying about, you know, hiring for writing staff, I mean, they're focusing on current year politics. It's all about, you know, getting the message out. But what they forget, you know, if you look back at a lot of the classic sci-fi that stands up and stands the test of time today, the writers made it timeless. They didn't make it current year or relevant. Relevant, that's the word. That's the worst word to put into Doctor Who, or something that is a long-running franchise. You want it to be timeless, something that you could watch 10 years later, and it doesn't matter what the politics and what's going on in the world, because it doesn't relate to that. It's there for its purpose to take you out of what you're dealing with in everyday life and to experience this, you know, fantastic world that's timeless, not relevant to current year. So yeah, you know, that may have been the one mistake that RTD put in there with the weakest link and, you know, Big Brother. But you know, at that time, it was bringing back a series. He gets a pass for the first season because of that. You know, you had to make it relevant in the beginning. But as time went on, a lot of the stories that RTD worked in were timeless. You know, it didn't have anything geared towards, you know, and then throwing Brexit into the mix with Chibnall. I mean, that was just ridiculous. That was ridiculous. Destroying UNIT. Oh, well, now because you have Orange Man bad, you've got new Orange Man here, Boris, and Brexit has happened. So we're just going to say that, okay, well, UNIT is destroyed now. And, you know, they don't have any funding because of these evil people who are, you know, in charge now, and and this whole Brexit thing has destroyed UNIT, and you know, as if UNIT could not exist, you know, by it without the you know, in the UK part of the
and
EU.
Hold on, though. Here's the most idiotic thing about the whole lot, Adam. Is UNIT is supposed to be a secret organization outside, like Torchwood, outside the United Nations and all of that. You know what I mean? But yeah. You got rid. Yeah, you're right. That cheap line, that line annoys. See, this is the kind of thing that Chibnall did to us last year, right before Series 12 came along. He gave us little slaps in the face, getting stuff like that, and his little lines, these little digs. But there's Rabbi's comic there.
I did this one last year.
Now. Now, I asked you this is an actual full comic, yeah?
No, it's just a one-pager Full
Oh.
comic. So yeah, there's this thing I did. It was like 1 page a week. It was the Ice Warriors strips.
That's cool.
Interesting idea. We had a Doctor Who assembled story. Do you think you'd be able to do a comic book one?
Oh yeah. Here, 1 second. Let me show you. 1 second.
Is this the website?
Yeah, Biblical Comics.
I will have to go there.
So
Definitely.
yeah, I did this story, which is basically James Bond, the Second Doctor, Emma Peel, a monkey in the space from 2001. But like, check out this guy's artwork. It's,
hold on. Is this comic for sale?
Oh yeah. You can
Here, don't show it on. I think just the cover. If you want to see the rest of the comic, go and support Rabbi. Is it on Indiegogo?
No, honestly, it's for free on the website. You can just read it online. If you like it, there's like a special edition you can buy, which has like Ice Warriors strips in it and the script. And look, the special edition is fantastic. But if you just check it out, it's just like a lot of fun.
Well, I'm being honest with you. Fair play to you for giving it for free. But if I make money off that. But fair enough.
I broke even on it, and it was a pilot for a bigger series.
And I don't think anybody'd mind me saying that now anyway, because that's what, like, artwork like this and comic creation like this deserves to be supported financially. And it's always good to get a bit of financial support as well, because then you can create more comics. That looks very good. I have to say, the illustration on that looks absolutely
fantastic. It's like Dominic Racho from the Philippines.
Doesn't it, guys? Look at that.
It reminds me of, like, Mad Magazine. That's like when they did the parody of movies. And those were some of the best artists that I've ever seen were in Mad Magazine, actually. I mean, they would capture the likeness of somebody really well. Wow.
That's very good, Rabbi.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that is really good.
Well, if Rabbi does have other stuff, I reckon. You do have other stuff for sale, though, don't you?
Yeah, my website. But really, I'm waiting till I build up my channel enough, and then I'm going to do a graphic novel called Crown of the Empire.
Oh, cool.
So, like steampunk.
Listen, we'll support you. And by the way, Rabbi is close to 1,000 subscribers as well.
Getting closer. Yes.
So do us a favor, if you haven't subscribed to him yet, which would be a crime to humanity right now. If you haven't, please subscribe to him.
Agree, but...
and look, follow him on Facebook, his website. He does have great stuff out there, and it deserves to be seen by all the fandom. Other people might see stuff and actually become fans. That's the great thing about creators like Rabbi. When you see the passion and the love that goes into all their stuff. That's the kind of stuff we should be supporting, not Safe Space and Snowflake. You know what I mean?
Right.
Seriously,
absolutely.
What are they thinking? Like, seriously, guys, come on, wake up and smell the coffee, right? Who's gonna buy those stupid comics? These are the type of comics this here, right? And like their girls with big boobs and wearing hardly any clothes, but kicking ass. There's nothing wrong with that. Just get back to doing comics like that, and I tell you, will sell them by the bucket load. Yeah, and stop making your male characters weak, because Superman ain't weak, Batman ain't weak. Even the Joker ain't weak, but you make them weak. You find some way to get a female to make them weak, and you know what? We're sick of it. Yeah, okay. Yeah. We live in a world that is better than it used to be, but you idiots still think we're living in the Stone Age where women are chained up.
It is so strange, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, they wouldn't believe that.
It's actually ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Let's get Rabbi to 1,000 subs, says Kelly Lynch. Yes, let's get him to 1,000. We're going to get him up to 1,000 subs, because if anybody deserves his channel to be monetized, it's Rabbi.
Yeah.
And
I agree.
It took me a long time, right? But being honest, if anybody does deserve it, it's Rabbi. He's like me when I was at the start of my YouTube channel, as you know, was throwing out video after video after video after video. Rabbi still does that. He's a machine.
Yeah. No, you listen. You get a solid 2 videos out me a day.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have to highly recommend it. Yep. Any of my followers on DeviantArt or that whether it's the Capital Comics, my Skywarp 2 section, or my Time Lord Rassilon persona, go ahead. I mean, subscribe to Rabbi. He's got some really great YouTube vids, especially on the comics industry. I mean, not just Doctor Who.
True.
So highly recommended. Go ahead and subscribe to Rabbi. And I try to watch him at least once every day on my lunch break. I do.
Listen,
and TARDIS Zone.
Thank you. And listen, Adam also has. Adam, would you like to throw up a screen share there as well? I'll share it there. Do you want to highlight your work as well? Actually, we let everybody. Yeah, we'll show everybody your work. And Daniel as well is going to be back on YouTube doing big finish. And for I am delighted.
I'm coming back to do the out of time crossover deal, but I'll obviously be doing other stuff as well. And I was actually going to ask if Rabbi would like to join me for that, no, because I know you're actually getting out of time. So, like, if you want to come on, Rabbi, the invitation.
Is that the David Tennant?
There's gonna be, and they're doing like 4 of them. So a suggestion I heard was, I think it might be Problem being said it. They think they're going to do a David Bradley.
I think they'll do a Paul McGann one.
Yeah. Was that you who said that?
Yeah.
I think it was you. Was it Daniel?
You never know. You never know. We'll see how it. You see how it goes, and I might join you because I have to start it. I want. Yeah, before all the Paul Cornell stuff, I was actually seriously considering signing up the Big Finish, but then obviously that happened. But I'll see. I'll see. Review it, guys. Let me know what the first part is like, right? And if you think it's good, if you could send it on to me, then and then
you got to check out that Third Doctor thing I sent you. That's really good.
I'll do that.
Is that the Tim Trelawney box?
Is that the what? Sorry.
Is that the Trelawney?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah,
when I listen to it, Daniel, you can come on with me and Rabbi, and me and Rabbi will do a special stream on that during the week.
Right. This is new. There's a shade new, Adam.
The shade? Oh no, that's been there for a while. Actually, Elhind is new from the 3 Doctors.
Right, hold on. I'm gonna remove us for the stream there, so Adam can explain some of these, right? So we can get a big picture, so you can all see. So I'm gonna remove me first.
All right. So are we good? Are we a big screen? So this is Elhind. Okay, let me get back. There we go. Yep, from the 3 Doctors. And this is my favorite, of course. So this book is basically like the old 1980s Who's Who in comics. It's basically it's all Time Lord stuff. So it's anybody to do with Time Lords, and they're random. I'm gonna go up to probably the 5th Doctor in this book. There'll be a second edition. It'll have from the 6th Doctor on up to current. Pre Whitaker. I don't know if I'm gonna include that. This one was one I really liked. Rassilon the Redeemer. And then again with it's Rassilon, Time Lord Rassilon on DeviantArt. then so this is the Time Lord Handbook, and then if you go, the Time Lord Compendium is based on the 1970s Starfleet manual. So in the beginning, they had the Starfleet flags. So that's kind of where I am. But I kind of pick up here from the Eternal War. So I'm going to have more information on the great vampires, bow ships, black hole carriers, which had the bow ships on them. Then we've got this explains what the symbols are. The seal that Omega had in the Ark of Infinity on his chest. The symbol of the CIA is a black hole. This was actually one that it was a fan contest. I wanted somebody to give me this seal. So this isn't canon. Some of it's not canon. But they're calling this current era of Doctor Who canon. So I mean, I think anything goes.
Well, everything that you've designed now is canon because that's what Chris Chibnall did. So congratulations.
Right. He said, yeah, yep.
Yeah, stole your ideas.
Congratulations, mate. You should actually now ring him up and say
I
you
love
want.
that one from the what's it called again? Genesis of the Daleks.
Yep, from Genesis of the Daleks. That's correct. And then what I did was I expanded on that, and I said, okay, well, if you're a CIA agent, you're in the field. This is a perception filter cloak, and you can even tie that directly to the way that the Doctor interacts with him in the episode, because he's looking around, he sees the smoke, the guy all of a sudden appears in front of him, and then he's disappeared again. And I was thinking, well, that's the perfect thing to say that the CIA agents have this giant collar and everything, because it's a cloak. It's a perception filter cloak. So I said, well, what would you do if you were a CIA agent? You're in the field. They don't really use TARDISes. Well, I would give them a backpack that's bigger on the inside, and a helmet where they could see the changes in the time stream as they're doing whatever they're supposed to do on their mission. Almost like that episode from Voyager where they had that ship and they were kind of plotting the different time changes. So I had an idea that this would be your celestial intervention field specialist gear.
Just a quick super chat there by Alpha Omega before Adam continues. It's a $10 super chat. He said, Alpha Omega says, thanks for doing these watch-alongs. I've been enjoying them, and also the chat. Yeah, I should actually write when I do. I should actually make the title of the video Badwolf Watch-along discussion plus other news, because we do tend to cover other stuff during the watch-along. Because some people do say, I thought you were only talking about the episode, and then you start talking. Yeah. So, yeah. But thank you. Really appreciate it. Listen, it doesn't work without the panel, and we've got a great panel here, and it doesn't work without you guys as well taking part and actually watching them with us. If you weren't watching them with us, we wouldn't be doing them. It's as simple as that. And have to be honest with you, New Who right now, as you know, yourselves, and it's kind of tainted the whole lot for me. And I don't know why I've let it, but it just has. But I'm still watching them. I'm actually enjoying them now. I'm starting to enjoy the New Who, early New Who again. And once nothing else happens, I'm fine. But in this bloody, Chris Chibnall is going to do so. But right now, I'm fine. I'm liking doing them, but I have to be honest. Classic Who watch-alongs. I'm loving the whole build up.
So
there is a build up, and the trailers, Rabbi and all. We dropped the trailer on Rabbi's channel and my channel, and we dropped the hashtag, and I just love the whole build up to it. But you know what? I'm thinking, as the weeks go on with this, but Rabbi is right. When we get to Series 2, we're going to really do a big campaign for Series 2 longs, because this is where now
I think people are going to want to take these.
Yeah, RTD. This is where RTD, in my opinion, he already hit the ground running. But as Adam says, you could overlook certain things that he did because he had to appeal to a wider audience. But this is where RTD starts to mature as a writer, and his writing style. Then we get to see what his writing style is, and the villains in series 2 are actually quite good. So yeah, we're going to do a big campaign. We might even start a hashtag. You never know for them, and see if we can generate some more interest with these fans. Even Troy wrote.
Yeah, and the episode,
No,
and the episode, the thing was one of my personal favourite episodes. It's a really good episode.
Well, it's one of the best episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, problem being, and then Adam, you can get back to your art there and let us. You can continue on because there's a lot of people that actually want. Is that available? I just want to ask real quick though. Is that you go on to DeviantArt? Is that available for people to download, or is it just there for people to browse through? Because there is a danger that being on DeviantArt, it could be downloaded on you. If it is downloaded. Do you want obviously to be recognized for the work?
Well, yeah. I mean, if it's being posted somewhere else online, I want them to make sure that they at least put my mention in there, where the artwork came from. And I've had some people actually do that and kind of steal my artworort and then sell it on Etsy. So that's been a lot of yeah.
So that's why I brought it up. So is this going to be available to buy?
It will. So not every. So okay, when you go, let me pull that back up and I'll share.
Explain it.
What you're seeing. Let's see. There we go. Share screen. Okay.
Right. While he's sharing the screen, problem being with the £2 super chat, we think top trump cards would be great too. And then Jody Hayder with a £2 super chat says, to the Doctor Who magazine. Fair play to you, and thank you for this £2 super chat.
So the when you say for instance here the TARDIS Master Schematics book. I mean, I've pretty much given I've given tidbits almost all the way through. A lot of this keeps getting revised because new data comes out. We've got a new book that's coming out that's related to the TARDIS that me and Brian need to get. It's not in digital. It's only in hardcover and paperback right now. So we're kind of waiting on that.
Someone was saying, should you not watermark your work online?
I do some of them.
Right. Because that would be a way of avoiding your stuff being actually taken, though. Because if there was a watermark on it, most people are not going to touch your stuff if there's a watermark because they don't like watermarks, let's be honest.
Well, and for the most part, I mean, if somebody downloads this, they keep it on their personal computer. That's one thing. I mean, as long as they're not printing it, because the ultimate goal is, I mean, I'm giving a preview here, but I'm going to have these printed up when I'm done with the series of all these, and it's going to be at least the TARDIS book is going to be at least another probably about a year out, maybe 2 years before this is ready. I envision this being a soft cover. And then if you want later on, if you wanted to order a different version of the cover, you could get it with the Haynes manual one that I did.
Cool.
See, fans are great. Always.
Right. That's what I was saying earlier.
I know what our fans want as well, and that's the point. I mean, BBC could learn a lot from the fandom, but sadly, don't listen. Go ahead, Adam.
Now, so for this book, that's going to be the Time Lord Compendium, though, is going to be a good 3 or 4 years out because I'm doing the TARDIS first. Because a lot of what I'm going to be putting in the compendium is going to be based on what I've worked out with Brian and all the data that we put in here. But we're also doing supplements to the this actually is a poster. I'm actually going to do something with this and probably put it on my wall. I thought that was pretty cool. But what I was saying is that there's going to be a supplement to the TARDIS Master Schematics. So this book is going to be basically just your basic run-of-the-mill Mark 1 Type 40 TARDIS. And The Mark system is based on the Trans Power Drive, which is basically the console. So you have a Mark 1 console in default in its standard form. It's going to look like this. That's why in Hellbent, which is probably a Type 89 TARDIS that they steal and give to Clara, but because they can't say it's a Type 40 because all the Type 40s were decommissioned. None of them were working except for the doctors. So a lot of people thought it was a Type 40, but it's not.
Adam, there's a question on the screen for you there.
It's so cool. I love the detail you put in this.
Yeah, but there's a question there for Problem Being for you, Adam. He says, can you ask Adam about making top trump cards? So you know that game?
Oh, that is an incredible idea.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I'm not familiar with that.
You should check it out.
Cards.
Yeah.
Okay. Do it as yes, you could do it print on demand. Won't cost you a penny, and you can make a bowl or two, I think.
Yeah, trading cards. They're like trading cards. Another way you get baseball cards and stuff like that. They're like top trump. So each one has a rating, right? But you play a game. It's a game. You'd have to actually watch it is actually a great idea.
You have all these different energy ratings that's so up your street.
That actually would.
So like a CCG.
Yeah.
No, it's like a get. I don't know what CCG. I think it's like a rating system. So this is like it's a game. You have like different cards with different like powers, and you play them against each other.
Yeah, and one card there'd be different cards and different characters that would have different powers and different abilities, and it's a clever game. It's played. We used to play it as kids here. Maybe it's a European thing, actually. Maybe.
Probably.
But it's a fantastic idea. Actually, Problem Being is brought that you would actually. I think you would make a killing. To be quite honest with you, you should do some research on it and have a look because you obviously have the know-how and the ability because you've put all these together. So I'm pretty sure if you watch the video on how this game worked, you could come up with your own version.
Right.
And I think it would be well worth doing. Rabbi is right. You could actually.
I definitely buy it.
Yeah, you could do like a card of the month club. Talk to me off air. I'll walk you through all the print on demand places. And they're all good. They're all really good.
Okay.
And so when we end the stream, nobody leave, right? All you, me guests, you stay. You don't leave. We'll end the stream and then we'll have a chat backstage. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Jody card will be burnt. We won't do it, Joe. If he does it, he won't.
Oh, Jesus, don't do it.
Her special ability will be to be uncaring to cancer patients and to be nasty to every white man she comes across.
Right.
Yep.
Destroy the male gaze.
That's it.
Look, if we're wrapping up, do you want to do the giveaway?
Competition. Are you doing the competition this week?
Competition. Firstly, I'll show you what it is, and I'm going to show you what we're giving away next week. This is a good prize. We have this running 2 weeks because it's a good one. The Ultimate Matrix, what's it called again? I think the Ultimate Matrix DVD set. It's got the Matrix, the Matrix Reloaded, the Matrix Revolution, the Animatrix, which is freaking awesome. There's Anime Matrix and tons of documentaries. We had quite a few entries. Let us. I will do a random
drum roll. Here we go.
And the winner is no. I have bad news for you and I have good news for you.
What's the good news?
The bad news is you didn't win, but the good news is you know the winner. I think you know the winner, and I think you're going to be delighted for them because the winner was none other than Cheryl.
Cheryl.
Fantastic.
No way. You won the Matrix. You entered it. You sly dog. You won.
Yay!
Oh my
God. Man, that's funny.
Yeah. Okay. Now I know she's won. Let me in more detail. I think you get 1 or 2 discs per. Okay, you get 2 discs per movie.
Oh, I can't believe that. Well done, Gerald. I can't believe you actually even entered that. So that's a nice little surprise.
Okay, well, yeah. Let me walk you through it.
Wow, he's going to talk to
2. Look at this artwork, freaking awesome.
Oh, for God's sake!
And you get like 2 discs.
And I have to say, I love the Force Matrix movie. I was slightly disappointed by the second and third one, but I have to be honest, I'm actually looking forward to the next one.
Yeah. It's fantastic. Have you ever seen this?
No.
I'll say, like, I'm not big into anime. I love this.
Oh my God. Well done, Cheryl.
So congratulations, Cheryl.
Wow. Right, what's next week's competition?
What was that?
I said, what's next week's competition?
I thought I'll go with a bit classic, a bit like, you know, a movie that everybody should have in their collection. And so it is the very first Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
I like the very first, yeah. That is Spider-Man.
Okay, you got the HBO making of, you got Spider-Mania.
He got
on this thing.
Didn't he?
What should be the hashtag for this one? You two win.
Sure.
Let's say tingles. Because he always says my spider sense is tingly. Tingly. I think or maybe Spidey sense.
What webhead?
Well, what?
Hashtag webhead.
Webhead. There you go.
That's a good hashtag.
All right, we'll put that in the chat right now. So hashtag webhead.
That's a great DVD to give away, Rabbi.
Oh, what?
So there you go. The hashtag is up on the screen. Oh, and Problem Being says he'll take 10% for that top Trump. That's no problem. Problem Being, I suppose it was your idea and you are entitled. No, you're not. Right? You might come up with the idea, but the man money messing. Third is Zone Down has a feature on Pit Baker. Doctor Who magazine has a feature on Pit Baker.
Oh, yeah, it's a big one.
To him. Well, fair play to them. I have to be honest.
But the BBC didn't come out.
I will stand by my convictions and say that BBC still didn't do anything, and I thought that was disrespectful. But fair play to Doctor Who magazine for actually doing it. They will get credit where credit is due. See, this is the thing. Just because I'm criticizing the state of the magazine right now doesn't. Look, I'm sad to see the magazine in the state that it's in, and I'm glad you've subscribed to the magazine if that's what you want to do. But there's a lot of fans that haven't, and that's why we're on this channel. We ask the question why, and it's simple. The simple answer is this: whether you like it or not, the magazine's future depends on the popularity of the current era. And right now, you could say all you want that this era is popular. That's not the case, because if it was, it would reflect on the sales of the magazine and its merchandise. And also the main thing that everybody seems to forget, the ratings. Remember, the ratings last year to the J-Bots were everything. When they were
exactly.
This year, the ratings meant nothing. It was the same with the whole other crap that they come up with Canon, right? When they start talking about, well, Canon doesn't matter. And then all of a sudden now this year, because of the time this children's story arc, Canon does matter all of a sudden. So make up your minds. Either Canon does matter or it doesn't. Or
it changes as is convenient to them. That's how it works.
That's the way it is. And that's why I will always bring these topics up, because they are worth talking about. And you mightn't agree with what I have to say, and I certainly don't agree with what you have to say, but I will give credit where credit is due. I even give Jodie Whittaker credit when she did that lockdown video that everybody was giving out about. I actually said, come on, guys, There's a time and a place to be given out about Whittaker, but she did something, and I know it was designed because Peter Capaldi had done one beforehand, and then later on I did criticize it because she came out with another stupid one, and it was perfectly designed. You know what I mean? It's just ridiculous. Look, Jodie Whittaker hasn't done that sincere since she's been in this role, and neither has Chris Chibnall, and I will call it out until the day they leave. And when they leave, then the new showrunner comes in, and then if he screws up, and the doctor that he gets screws up, I will do the very same thing because that's what we do as fans. We're critical when we need to be critical, and we praise when we need to praise. And that's the difference. We don't praise universally, and we don't praise just for the sake of praise. We praise when the show deserves praise, and we criticize when the show deserves to be criticized. But with the other side, you will praise it no matter what, and you will defend Whittaker no matter what, even when our performances fall short. So we've got tag, we've got the competition, so you know what it's for. Anybody else want to add anything else before we head off and call it a night?
Yeah, I just wanted to add Noel to that. I mean, they'll defend it, but they'll also attack other fans who don't share the same love for it, which is not very fan-like.
No, exactly, Adam. You're right. Listen, here's the bottom line. I don't care if anybody out there likes this shit, right? You can like whatever you want. The problem that I have, though, is as soon as I go up and put a comment up and say I dislike it, it's like
they lose their shit. They
can't have the wolves surrounding a vulnerable animal, right? Yeah. And then you are in for the attack. That's not how fandom works. I'm sorry, you might agree with me, right? And you do have the right to respond, but you don't have to respond. You don't have the right to respond in a cruel or personal attack. See, this is what happens. You personally attack us. Right. You personally attack us. Now, I just want to bring up, it's been a week since someone that we know, a woman, was bullied offline. Right? Yeah. Now, this guy, because I will be doing a stream on this fella, but this guy appeared in the Doctor Who Lockdown Choir video.
Oh, Jesus.
And then to make me laugh even more, Emily Cook actually retweeted one of his tweets. And I wrote in and it says, you know what, he makes a good point, but it's actually sad to see that you've actually retweeted someone that bullies women offline. She retweeted one of his tweets, and this is the madness of this fandom. This guy has bullied this woman offline, but I will show you his tweets because he has a lot of them. Trust me, there's a lot of people.
Listen, he's a bit of a sad kid. What can you do?
It doesn't matter. This is my job. This is what
I'm done everything I can for him.
I'm gonna shame him because he deserves to be shamed, because Starry is probably one of the nicest women in the fandom. She's also one of the most kind-hearted, and she does take things to heart. And some people are like that, and that's just the way she is, because she wears a heart on her sleeve and she's such a good person. And for some little twat like him to come along and basically attack her because she happens to support certain YouTubers out there, that you have to draw the line somewhere.
And his argument was always so stupid. He's like, well, how can you support this guy? I'm like, I tried to talk him through it, and when he came close to understanding it, he had a nervous breakdown.
Yeah.
If they understand it, then they can't be victims anymore.
And then he blocked everybody.
Badly.
Well, yeah. Well, no, I mean that's the difference between a fan and an activist. Okay, because if you're a fan, you're going to respect what the other fans like, whether you agree with it or not. You're all sharing in the wonder of the the genre, the IP. But when you attack other people because they don't share your ideology, then you're an ideologue. And you're an activist. You cease being a Doctor Who fan or a fan of any other genre when it comes to pop culture, and then you do that to somebody else. So they're activists. They're they're political ideologues. I'm sure this person's Twitter account, I've not seen him. I don't have any idea who y'all are talking about, but I'm sure he's got, ists and phobes and all kinds of, and Donald Trump tweets or, Brexit. I mean, I'm sure just a typical activist.
Yeah, I call him Ginger Snap. No, it's not happening again. I just want to be out straight here. My wife is Ginger, and I have no discrimination against Ginger, but I just love calling him Ginger Snap because I know it'll actually wreck his head. So yeah, little Ginger Snap actually went with Safe Space when he was actually approached and actually challenged with logic. And that's what happens when they're challenged with logic and they're actually challenged with facts. They run off to their safe space after they've
they really do. It's so sad.
Well, their safe space is an echo chamber. It's to give them reinforcement so they can go back out there and be more an activist again. Make themselves feel better, make somebody else feel like they're an istrophobe or something. And that means that they're making change. They're dealing with the problematics out there. Yeah. I'll get a blue check mark on Twitter now because I'm attacking ists and phobes, where these people who they're attacking have nothing in their past history that says anything other than I don't like this era of Doctor Who. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah. Does that make me sexist?
No. Yes, it does. Yeah, that they believe it does make you sexist.
Yeah,
by some
because they're
convoluted logic.
But the thing is where they get that logic from is beyond me because it's always been part
of it's actually in the education system. No, it can be traced back to the education system all of this country.
Sorry, Daniel, what did you say there? You come there.
Like all of this ideology can be like traced back through the education system because it's an idea everybody gets a medal.
Yeah, you're right. There's participation medals now. Yeah, we've bred. Look at. Bottom line is that unfortunately we've bred a lot of idiots, right? We've told them that it's okay to come last. We told them that it's okay, come here, we'll all give you a hug, we'll protect you the best. If anybody ever tells you that you're a bad person, it doesn't matter, you can go to your safe space, it's grand, life is okay, it's all rosy. No, but life isn't hard, it's all a piece of piss. Well, the reality is this. Right, life is hard, yeah, and sometimes life will fuck you right down to the bottom, right, and you'll have to drag yourself back up again, yeah, and that shows the true character of someone.
Right, that's what life is.
Actually, throughout all that turmoil and bullshit, you're able to get out the other side, and it makes you a better and stronger person. As soon as we tell them, as soon as there's a little bit of trouble, or sorry, run to your safe space, that's when we fucked up. You let them fail. That's how they learn. That's how they become strong, and that's how they can actually go out and cope with life. All right. The Doctor Who magazine, the Time Team, they're all a bunch. Look at them all. They've all got problems. We all have bleeding problems, but the difference is we don't go around dictating and try to change society because you're a miserable bastard. That's the problem. You've got problems, you've got issues, sort them out like the rest of us. Don't be projecting your own insecurities on our fandom and then trying to change our language, change the way we behave. I'm sick of it all. Right? Sort out our shit. Yeah, we've sorted out our crap. And trust me, right? Life is a struggle. It's not easy. Of course it's not easy. But you know what? Within all of that, there's beautiful moments. You have those years where everything is fine. It's not all doom and gloom.
Yep.
But you know what? We have bred a load of pussies, and that's why we're in the state
that we're in. 100% correct. Much like Charlton Heston, went into space, got caught in a time warp, ended up on the planet the Ape. We have crash landed on the planet of the pussies. That's where we live now.
Yep.
You know what we're all going to do after tonight? We're all going to go to Planet Rabbi.
Yeah.
That's what
Yep.
there'll be none of this bullshit. Yeah, there'll be none of this safe space bollocks. If you can't handle life, then you're not allowed onto this planet. Right? You stay on your earth and you can have your safe spaces and run to wherever you want to run to, you snowflakes. Get away. Imagine making a safe space of snowflake, got them high and the turning all just because do you know what? You all need bleeding help. Go and take happy pills, whatever it is that gets you through life, but leave the rest of us alone. The bottom line is this: when entertainment becomes a chore, right? When it becomes a chore to watch the shows that you're watching, it's time to switch off. And that's what's happened. That's what's happened. Fans have walked away, and more will walk away this festive special. So good luck to you all. Well done. You've won. You've won. Well done. You can have the show now because there's no show to save. He is idiot. He is idiot.
Yeah, fine. Exactly. Now there's nobody left.
And you know what? We tried to warn you, and that was the thing. So, but you know what? We bred idiots, so it's kind of really our fault. You know? So yeah. What is we reap what we sow. Well, that's a fucking true quote right there.
Yep.
It is.
Well, you know what I find funny and ironic is that RTD, he would listen to the fans to a certain extent, and so did Moffat. But then you got Chibnall, who says, I don't care what the fans say, I don't want to hear any of their feedback. Yeah. And yet he was on, as a child, criticizing JNT on television.
Exactly.
And here's the hypocrisy of it. Oh, well, I don't care what these fans say. You know, they don't know anything about. But yet, and he was the smartest one in the room back then when it came to JNT. And he was, I mean, and just the amount of hubris. I mean, you could just see the smugness on his face when he was a child looking, oh, I could do this better. Here you are as an adult, and what have you done? You've destroyed the franchise.
Yeah.
You divided the fans.
Face, didn't it?
Again, we didn't breed. Not all of them were idiots. There's actually some that are actually got their heads screwed on and can see what's happening. So I want to actually just clarify, because not everybody that was born of that generation is a complete idiot and has sawdust between their heads and needs to run to a safe space. A lot of them can actually handle life. So I want to actually just point that out, that there's only a minority of these people that are actually like that, but they're the ones that are dictating how the rest of us live our lives. And you know what I say to that? No more. Fuck you. I live my life the way I want to. And if you don't like it, you know, run into your safe space, because I ain't going anywhere.
No.
That's all I have to say about that.
Yep.
What was it that they said in back to what you were saying, Noel? They used to say this in Star Trek. It's not part of the new series because this is ideology that is counterintuitive to what it's problematic is the word that they use. Anything in the past, but it used to remember this even from Voyager. It wasn't your victories that defined you. It was what happens when there's a problem and you rise to the challenge.
Adam is cutting out. Adam, your audio is cutting out a bit there.
Totally cut out.
Yeah, I think his audio is gone. He'll probably drop out of the stream and then we'll have to add him again. Sometimes it does happen. We'll just give him a second. But Colin P. Smith says, Adam, I believe the phrase you're looking for is sheer fucking hubris. And I will say,
exactly.
Yeah, that was in Star Trek. This is how far we've come. They actually drop F-bombs in Star Trek. Now, anybody that has watched the history of the show knows that there's never been any F-bombs in Star Trek. But yeah, they found it appropriate in this new iteration.
And that's in like fan Star Trek.
Me and Rabbi will, if it ever does happen. We did say we will do Picard series too, because we did start something, and obviously well, listen, we'll be on our antidepressants. We will have our alcohol. You know, we will also have our shrinks present, because it is going to be very tough. Adam, have we got you back?
Yes. Can you hear me?
We
Yep.
can hear you now.
Yeah.
Go on, finish your point, mate, because your audio just cracked up there and we couldn't hear you.
Well, no. What I was saying is that
No.
you know, in the original Star Trek, before this whole nonsense that came out under Kurtzman and bad reboot, was that you know, they used to hold in high esteem how a person or how, you know, somebody in Star Trek would deal with a problem versus always being, you know, told that they've done a great job. It's the person who comes back from adversity that builds your character and makes you stronger. And I think that, you know, I was just picking back off of what you were saying earlier, Noel, about the safe space and snowflakes.
Oh, did we lose you again?
Did it cut out again?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but you're back.
Yeah, I think it just cut out right at the end. Just go out, finish your point. I'm sorry about this. It's just YouTube, obviously, with the lack of workers being there, is messing up. It does this sometimes, unfortunately. Go ahead.
But I was just saying that was the lesson that they used to teach in classic Star Trek. I mean, even the Next Generation in the spin-off series was that you build character from adversity, not from everything being handed to you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. You're right. I mean, again, it just goes to show you that the new writers today, especially with Picard, but Doctor Who, all these other franchises, they actually, you know, there's all that history. See, this is what I don't get, right? There's all that history there. There's all that, you know, it's been on screen for a long time. Doctor Who, Star Wars, Star Trek, right? So people have seen it. These people that are writing these shows and are involved in these franchises would have seen these grown up at some stage,
Yeah.
right? And then you see what they write on screen, and they have absolutely no understanding of the characters, of the lore, and it baffles me because they grew up with the stuff that we grew up with. So what did we not see that they have seen, that they think that everything that we saw was wrong? Because let's think about it, that's what they're doing with all these franchises. They're trying to reimagine them all. Like, they're like all soft reboots.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, even the Jodie Whittaker era is like a soft reboot. He's trying to rewrite.
Okay, no, they're lying. They're always lying.
No,
Okay?
yeah.
Yeah.
No, we're not doing anything. We're not doing it. They're lying. They're doing social engineering. It's a lie. We know they're lying. They know they're lying. They don't want to admit they're lying. They don't want to admit there's an agenda because then people might see it. They lie. That's just who they are. Okay, no, I got to go to bed. I'm fading fast, mate.
Right, well, then we'll have that discussion some other time then, yeah?
Oh, yeah, if we can. But yeah, look, be in contact because I've done like print and demand. I know about all this stuff. So yeah, but it's like it's 20 to 12. I was up at like 5 this morning.
No problem. Yeah.
Right,
Right, listen.
Hi, everybody. Looking forward to next week, Parting of the Ways.
Yeah.
Bye, everyone.
See you next week.
See you later. And lads, listen, thanks for joining me, Adam. Really nice to see some of that artwork again. Really appreciate you sharing that with us all. And I have to say, a lot of the guys in the comments also seem to love the work as well. So it's always good to see that. See, when someone respects Doctor Who, you will see that fans will be behind something, and you know that top Trump card thing. It's nothing to do with Donald Trump, by the way. It's just that's the name of it, the Trump card game. But you should do some research into it yourself, see what you think. It is worth looking into, I have to say. That was a great idea by Problem Being, actually. Maybe you two should link up and talk, because he has Problem Being just come up with some great ideas as well. He's an ideas man, a bit like myself. So yeah, check him out. But listen, thanks for coming on again. I really appreciate it. And you'll be here again next week, I assume.
If you'd like to have me back, yes, I would love to be back.
As I said, permanent panelist on a Sunday. So if you're up for it yet, just if there's any chance that you can't turn up, just let me know beforehand so I can try get someone in on the week that you can't make it, just in case there's any emergency or anything like that.
Sure. And if you want, can you have Rabbi send me your Facebook information, or I'll get you my email and everything too, and that way we can be on the chat.
Yeah, that's no problem at all. Yeah, I'll sort that out with Rabbi and I'll get him to send it on to you, and then we can link up then and have a chat. Daniel.
And Daniel, I'd love to too.
Yeah,
yeah, cool.
Daniel, have you anything coming on your channel? Are you on anybody's stream?
Well, to be honest with you, I'm going to hang fire till the out of time crossover comes out and then come back, because like I'm really excited about that audio. But you know me, I'll be either on your channel or with bonnets and powder. And you know what I'm like, I'm always popping up somewhere. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad to see you on this panel anyway for one. And as I said, Daniel, right, you're a permanent panelist every Sunday, and we'll be starting at 7 o'clock every Sunday. So, because I know you were asking me what time it was on at, so I'll let you know now, 7 o'clock every Sunday, and you're on the panel every Sunday. You don't have to ask me. I already told you anyway from day one, you would always have a spot on any panel that I'm doing, you know, because you've been with me.
Cheers.
So as I said, just because you have your own YouTube channel, you're still a guest panelist on this channel. I've never seen you any other way anyway, so
yeah,
you know, you're a friend. So, you know. We'll support each other anyway. But listen, guys, thank you for joining me, and everybody that contributed with a super chat. Me moderators, congratulations to me wife Cheryl for winning I didn't even know she entered, so that was a nice little surprise. I will have an unboxing coming up because I'm getting stuff sent from Australia, believe it or not.
Oh, is that from the same guy that gave you the action figures?
Yeah, the very same guy that gave me the dinosaur as well, which I still have to do, by the way. And I haven't forgotten the Titanic model either. Now that it's getting right into the summer and I can't really do that much, I'm going to start getting ready to do those models, because I definitely want to get that Titanic one done and over with so I can actually look at it and hopefully I don't mess it up. Well, yeah, that's my plan. Anyway, Roy Adam, thanks for joining me. Daniel, pleasure. Me moderator, thank you very much for doing a good job. Not that you really have to, because I think everybody kind of behaves themselves now, but if you had to get rid of someone, thank you. And to everybody in the chat that contributed, thank you very much, and especially those super chats, really appreciate it, especially in these tough times. Really generous of you all. Thank you. It means a lot, to be quite honest with you. And it will help for me to, you know, get some equipment and improve these bleeding streams, to be honest with you, because I'm actually, it's annoying me that I'm not actually, because I wanted to be on camera for this. The fact that I broke my camera and I can't be, that's actually annoying me now. You should see me hair, by the way. I haven't been able to have a haircut, so the hair is getting very long.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ, I gave myself a haircut. It's sticking.
Seriously, I wake up in the morning, right, and it's like everybody thinks Boris Johnson's hair is bad. You should see what my hair is like in the morning. It's worse. Trust me, it's worse than Bojo and the Orange Man.
Oh my God.
I don't think you can get any worse than that, to be honest, but it does be really bad. Right, listen, folks, thanks for joining us. I really appreciate it. I'll talk to you tomorrow. I'll have a couple of videos up as well, because, as I said, I've missed out on a lot. So there'll be a few things that I need to cover. So I will leave you with, it's this one, isn't it? Yeah, I keep forgetting because both trailers are nearly identical, except the other one ends differently. Right, so I'm going to end with the channel trailer. Thank you for joining me. and we're just going to have a little chat at the end, and then we're going to head off. Right, here we go. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Right, good night.